What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? So obviously we got some pretty big news. I don't even have the thing up. 1 second, guys. I need to get my multi-chat up. What's up, Rock? What's up? Yes, sir. We starting early. I'm a little too hyped today. All right. Good. All right. Let me just get the music to better stuff. There we go. All right. What's up, Min? What's up, Rock? What's up, guys? How you guys doing today? And Fena, what's up? What's up, guys? All right. So, yeah, we do have. So it's not like anything official from GGG, but what they have done has basically confirmed Druid is coming in 0.3. Let me get to real quick. Let me pull this one thing up, and then I can kind of show you guys. This is all. I just want to get the little patch note that they did last night. Yeah. I bet. Yeah, right. So we'll get into it really quick. Let me just make sure that this is opened up. All right. So I can get into it. Boom. All right, so it's nothing official, no, but so remember we were looking at this yesterday, right? This is the PoE2DB. They added the Ascendancy name Shaman, Wildheart, Harbinger, right, to Druid. We all remember looking at this, right, yesterday. Obviously, there's also the stuff too that was like Beastmaster for Huntress, Martial Artist for Monk. That was also with this kind of information as well. Now, yesterday, they did, or I should say earlier today, right? They did a patch notes that basically removed all this on PoE2DB. All this stuff's gone. This is not on PoE2DB anymore. If we go to PoE2DB and we type in Druid, nothing comes up. There's nothing for Druid. It's completely gone off the site. Also, there was people, I think Rog has a really good video that I can link for you guys. He went into the voice lines, and this was, I think, kind of also fed to him by some other people that was doing it, but he basically, kind of went in. That's the first time I seen it. And the voice lines for Druid, there was specific lines that had like A1, A2, A3, right? And A4 correlating to the acts of the voice lines that Druid was going to say in those acts on the, certain lore encounters, boss, etc. Those have been completely wiped out. They're not here anymore. If I go ahead and I type in like A1, they're gone. A2, gone. A3, they're all gone. Those have been completely wiped too. So obviously it's weird that if this was just placeholder stuff, why would this be completely wiped now, right? So I think there's probably like a 90 to 95% chance we're getting Druid now. Also, a thing to note on Druid's voice lines, there was nothing for A5 or A6. So that pretty much is kind of telling us that there's probably like a 90% chance we're only getting Act 4 in this update. With Druid not coming, I doubt he's not coming. He's pretty much confirmed this one that he's coming. It's weird that they would wipe everything like this off now that it's kind of getting attention, especially on the Reddit posts and stuff like that over on here. Like, I could see if they did this earlier, but because this has been in PoE2DB for not that long. Plus, it had the like kind of thing on it, which is, if we go back here, when we try to search for some skills, what is the tagline? It's like DN something, DNBT or something like that, which is basically like saying it's a placeholder. Shaman and all that didn't have placeholder for the name, so it's interesting that now that like all this stuff's gone, right? There's nothing here anymore. It's completely wiped off. Like, it's interesting that they would do that this second instead of waiting, or like if it was just there. Now, obviously, like I said, it isn't 100% confirmed, right? There's still a chance that it's not. But it's weird that all this would happen now, especially with the, ascendancy names, with the voice lines that was correlating with A1, A2, A3, A4. all this stuff. It's kind of weird that now it's wiped. And it's weird that they did a patch note, right? The little server maintenance thing that is completely gone. So they definitely took it out. So it's hard to ignore and deny that we're not getting it. So the PoE2DB goes off of the client. So this is information that it pulls off of the client. So obviously this patch notes remove the stuff off the game files, which is why on PoE2DB it's out of the client the site now, because it runs off of what's in the client. I mean, maybe, man, but it would be weird that we're not getting it. And it's also, like I said, I mean, it's just interesting because I'm pretty sure also if we look at Huntress and then we look for like Beastmaster, I'm pretty sure that got wiped off too. Yeah, there's no more Beastmaster, just Ritualists and Amazon. So that got wiped off as well. So, Beastmaster got wiped off. If we look for Monk's thing, his Ascendancy also got wiped off. From his thing, we only have Invoker, Acolyte Sholula, so his thing got wiped off too. So like, it's weird that those two also got wiped. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's very weird. Like, it's hard to deny that we're not getting it when literally there was evidence yesterday of this stuff being here with the names, right? Harbinger, all that stuff. Harbinger, Wildheart, Shaman. Plus we had Beastmaster for Huntress and we had Martial Artist for Monk. Yet now that's all gone. You know what I'm saying? After they also did a patch notes last night. You know what I'm saying? I think what probably more in line is they didn't like that it was kind of being leaked and they just decided to go ahead and do the thing to wipe it off. Maybe, man, maybe, but I'm calling it, bro. Watch. We're gonna get it. Trust, watch. We only have 2 days to wait anyways, so we're basically there, but in other news, they are going to have drops on for the thing. I can bring the drops video up if you guys want to see it real quick. See what you get for the reveal. This is also the drops you get. It's a finisher you get. So if you watch the live stream, I think it's for 30 or 45 minutes, something like that, you get this finisher in PoE2. It's cool. Nothing insane. Something though, right? But yeah, nothing insane there. But yeah. Then obviously this is the video that I watch, which I'll link to you guys in chat. I meant if any of you want to watch it, it kind of breaks down more. Now I was looking at this one, which is also interesting. Let me go ahead. I guess a little too much. This is also interesting that I was looking at this. Apparently in the Templar teaser, there was apparently some Abyss monsters, or at least looked like it, right? Probably not 100%, but it's interesting that like that might be a possibility, right? Which obviously kind of reinforces. I mean, we know Abyss is coming based off the teaser, right? It's nothing different there, but yes, I'll be streaming Rock. So based off of that, what I also want to do today is I want to go ahead and do some league start prepping. So that's all I want to do. Let me go ahead and do this. There we go. So yeah, I'm trying to think the best way to do this here. Guess I can bring up the Mobalytics page and we can look at builds potentially. So what do we guys like as what do you guys think is going to be safe? I'm personally thinking like for build wise next season, like if we look, probably crossbow is going to be pretty safe, to be honest. Like I doubt they're going to really hit crossbow too much going into these, next league. So I think crossbow is pretty going to be pretty safe to go ahead in the league start if you wanted to do that. Because, I mean, they already nerfed it, and it's not like crossbow's meta, right? Nobody really used it last league either. Like, I don't think they're gonna be hitting it. It'd be weird to hit it. I mean, if we look at PoE2 Ninja here, this has a good kind of database of the top builds in the game. So this is like 80,000 or so people. I mean, if we look, right, Hair of Thunder, Lightning Spear, like one net, like there's not really infused weapon, but that really is in bow stuff, crossbow. So like no one's really using crossbow, right? Like whole last league, nobody really used crossbow, so I doubt they're gonna go ahead and actually hit any sort of crossbow builds. So I would assume that crossbow should be pretty safe to go ahead and league start. What do you guys think? If Druid drops on release, will you be running in a initial run? I'm gonna wait to see what the skills are and the weapon along with Druid, and then I'm gonna make my decision then. So probably a week out or so, you know, of league launch, I'll go ahead and figure out what I'm doing for league start. But yeah, I'm thinking what for the first like build here, probably what crossbow Huntress slash Deadeye is probably safe, right? It's probably safe for league start, right? All right, we can agree on this. Crossbow Huntress probably safe for league start. Now for leveling on crossbow, going explosive grenade is good with scatter shot and stuff, but I might actually relook at this and try to redo this. I still think glacial bolt and stuff is going to be pretty good. Again, this will be kind of going off of patch notes. I just wanted to kind of go ahead and try to get some stuff down here, what we think is going to be safe, what's not going to be safe, or might get hit for next league. Huntress crossbow sounds safe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I mean, I doubt they'll hit it just based off of, you know, the played builds, right? Like, if I type in here crossbow, right? I mean, we can see right here, like 7% of people are running rare crossbows. If we look at Last Lament, only 0.5 of people. If we look at actual things, so let's see, what is the crossbow skills? I can't think of it. We're just gonna go here and look. Shock burst, right? Shock burst, 3%, right? Of the leagues running it, like. And now, if we obviously we can go back in time, which is nice. I need to get this stuff out of here though. We can go back in time and we can look like a week 1 and stuff. So we'll look at 3 weeks in the league, right? 3 weeks into Donna Hunt. How many people are playing Shock Burst? Yeah, 4% of people are playing Shock Burst. What about Rare Crossbow? 8% of people running Rare Crossbow. So like I highly doubt that's really gonna get hit. So I think it's 100% safe to say they're going with a crossbow. If you wanted to do like Deadeye slash Huntress crossbow, it's probably safe for league start. No pad, what's up, man? You think Gembos will be nerfed? Is it going to be your fault? That's crazy, man. Chill. I don't think they'll get nerfed. All they do is provide an additional arrow. I think that if anything, it might be the skills associated with rock that are going to get hit. All right, so now we can go into the other ones. So we can go to our bow, right? We'll go to our bow. So this is our budget, right? This is made on what, a 10 div budget, I think. So we know one, deepest tower is gonna get a hit, right? That low life stuff, bro, being able to like double your damage is probably gonna get a hit. I think that is pretty OP to think that it's not. I don't think the helmet itself is gonna get nerfed, but I think the nodes on the tree that are providing all the increased damage against enemies on low life are probably gonna get nerfed. It might be hit significantly, like, to be honest, it might go 30 to like 15% or something, you know, on these little nodes. This might get hit from 60 to 30, just say. But even if this does get like a 50% reduction, I mean, it's still pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Because if we look at our budget, this was on 10 divs, right? And this was made a few weeks ago or whatever it was, a month ago, right? So the prices were pretty inflated. And I mean, this wasn't made on nothing insane. Like, you can definitely achieve. All it is a crit chance, crit damage crossbow, right? And then running, you know, the deepest tower. So if low life gets hit by 50% and deepest tower still works as intended, as long as Lightning Arrow, Lightning Rod doesn't get hit too much, I think that this is still 100% viable endgame wise. I don't know about going in like league starting, though not league starting, but like leveling through campaign. You might want to do something else, low key. I don't know. I'm not really too sure how like Lightning Arrow, Lightning Rod leveling goes. Jude has been for real confirmed, huh? Tasteful. So, yesterday, obviously, we looked at this, right? These are the Druid Ascendancies, right? We looked at this yesterday. The weird thing about it, though, is literally yesterday, this was here. If we typed in Druid, this was all there. It's not there no more. They did a patch last night, like an emergency kind of patch, like not really, but it was just weird, right? Just a weird little patch, and it removed all of that. Obviously, PoE2DB, I don't think they really have control over, but this goes off the client. So any like game files that get kind of like, you know, taken out or removed or whatever, that obviously gets taken off of PoE2DB. Now, there was also voice lines for Druid. This is his voice line text audio stuff. And this correlated with like, what do you call it? This correlated with some lines that he was going to say in the axe. There was some of these that would say like skill tornado or whatever, right? And then it would say like A3, A2, right? So like you actually knew, okay, this is going to be some stuff he's saying in Act 1, Act 2. That's completely taken out too. If we look, that is gone. Right? Hold on. That's gone. A2's gone. Like all the stuff's gone, right? So that's all taken out as well. So it's interesting that like that would have happened so quickly, right? Because this was literally posted less than a day ago, 20 hours ago, and they did maintenance and took it all out. So to me, that pretty much confirms that they're probably going to have Druid in 0.3. They just are tired of the leak, so they don't want it in there, so they just removed it for now. I think that there is too many details that I don't think is a coincidence. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Try to monk build with the Deepest Tower Helm. You can. I mean, it depends what you want to do, Rock. I know going Invoker Bow is pretty good with the not cross, but the like Voltaic Mark cast on free setup. You do pretty good damage there. And it is pretty safe for a league start. Yeah, literally tasteful. It's just, like I said, it's too, like, insane on timing. Like, this stuff was here, right? It was getting leaked. Shaman, Wildheart, Harbinger for Druid. There was also stuff that we seen yesterday that was like Beastmaster for Huntress. I don't know where this is at here, but it was also there if you search for it, as well as Martial Artist for Monk. And that's all taken out as well. Like, if you go here and search, you know, like Monk, all you see is Invoker, Acolyte Cholula, and that's it, right? So that's out of there. Same thing with Huntress. So it's like for them to go ahead and, you know, take all this out just seems too coincidental to me to be like a thing. Unless, like Min was saying, unless somehow Druid is not ready, so they took it out completely. But I just think it's been way too long, and we already knew that it was like 80% done back in 0.2, which was 5 months ago. So I feel like it's just, plus, you know, all this coincidence stuff, I just think it's too, like, too insane on timing to not have Druid coming in 0.3. I'm excited for new things to come. I also heard that they're removing Kroll and making Act 4 longer. I didn't hear about that, Notepad. Where'd you hear that at? I mean, I would love to not be able to, like, do Kroll acts. Like, I would take, you know, a longer last act to be able to get there. Even if they had to extend it or do some stuff with it just for now until they get the additional acts in. It's from the China League. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't look into the China link at all. Do you have any links for that, Notepad? Where is the one thing I was looking? I don't. I type in. I can't find it. Interesting. Let me go to top like stuff. I can link the image here. Yeah, go ahead and link it, Notepad. I would love to be able to look at that. Because the only one we have is on... here, wherever that's at. Here we go. But this doesn't have any of this stuff. All these are just like cosplay stuff. I got you. Hold on. No bad. Go ahead and repost it, Notepad. Ah, look at that. But did the bot eat it again? Nightbot timed out. What? Alright, bro. I need JJ back in here. Alright, hold on. How do I untimeout somebody voice? Hold on, I'll post the image. No, I don't want to Google Lens, man. There you go. Watch Nightbot time me out. There you go. Yeah, I don't understand. Well, looks like permit doesn't work either. I'll have to get JJ to look at that. Yeah, let me click him real quick. Notepad. Timeouts. You're back? Yeah, I'll have to fix that later. No bad thing for the follow, man. You can always hire me to be a mod. Min, I mean, if you want a mod, bro, and you want to like chill and stuff, I have no issue modding you, dude. So yeah, according to this image though, like 0.3 does look like, so Act 1, 2, 3, 4 gets extended. Interesting. So I wonder what they mean though by extended, like, because obviously if they're going to be introducing Act 5, 6, I would assume Act 4 is still not going to have this gigantic length, right? You would assume they shrink it, right? And then have Act 5, 6. So I wonder if like this is story stuff that they're extending, or if this is simply maybe just like a mechanic or something that you go through, because it would be weird. I don't know how they would do that for an act though, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't understand that. I don't know how you would extend an act specifically though. Oh, you're not Padfoot. Okay. My bad. Not Padfoot. My bad, brother. Have to be balanced. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is China though, so this version is different from ours. Do keep in mind that, right? But I mean, it kind of makes sense that this would be the same thing for us, especially with the community not liking the extension. You know what I'm saying, or the Kroll Act stuff. So it kind of makes sense to do something similar. I just don't know how you would specifically extend one single act though this much. Because just say the acts on average an hour to get through, right? An hour. How would you extend that to make it 3 acts in one? You know, like I don't understand that. Maybe just level really fast through it. Maybe, but I just understand how that would work. Because in my eyes, right, Kroll Act 1 to 3 takes, just say 3 hours if you're quick running an hour each, right? So how would you get Act 4 to be that length though? Unless, like you said, it level skips you, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe just like you go Act 1, 2, 3, get here, maybe you're Act like 50 by the end of it, and it level skips you to 65. Like I don't know though. Viper 2 times again, I'd lose it. Yeah, I feel that. I really hope they do something like this. I just don't know how this balancing would work. Do you have any other pictures like this? Not bad. Is there any like? Where'd you even find these, by the way? Playing one act for the same three does not sound like a good time, but it's new content said just reruns. Yeah, exactly. Faithful. I don't know. What do you guys think on the YouTube side of things? You guys have any suggestions on how this would work? Oh, man, I need to like, you know what I do need? I need to hold on, this 1 second. I'm about to do this with my mic. All right, this should be a lot better. Should be a lot better. Right. We're going to extend this down just so we have the 0.3 leaks here. We could do it just in the maps. All right. So we have that at least, right? Just interesting how this would work. That's the one thing I don't really like understand is how that would work. You know what I'm saying? Just seems interesting. I think someone linked in the arrows chat. Oh, is that where you figured it out? Interesting. I just have little notes I'm just doing here. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. It would be very cool if this actually happened. I wonder though, like, I really want to get more of these China leaks. Unrelated, but I've been watching a lot of Rick Beto lately, ex-music industry guy that is a lot of insight of modern music. Interesting. That was very off topic though. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing here, right? We do this and then do new. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing. I mean, I don't think we go to this and then like look, there would be any leaks here, right? I'm sure mods are deleting it if there is anything. Yeah, nothing. There's a bunch of people saying DM. I don't know. Well, let me look at something real quick. Because we're doing a window capture, can we not? Oh god, what'd I do, guys? What is a video capture? Okay, video is that. Gotcha. So. Yeah, okay. So, I guess we can go back to this other stuff. We can look at classes and try to lease our prep a little bit. But that is interesting that they are going to be extending. I mean, this is good stuff, though, for sure. Definitely going to keep this up. That is very interesting that they'd be doing that. Well, I guess back to our thing. So, again, with LA, we know crossbow hunters or Deadeye is probably going to be pretty safe. I doubt they're going to nerf or do anything with crossbows. And I doubt the skills are going to be touched that much just because nobody uses them. Going to LA, though, I mean, they could, I guess, nerf rods and arrow, but they did last league, no? So, like, I don't think they would nerf them again because they got lightning rod's chain lowered. And then didn't they do something with lightning arrow, or am I bugging? We find the patch notes. Hold on. There we go. LA is in a fine place. I think it is too. I doubt they'll do it. Is this the stuff, by the way? Linear, yeah. Fire zooms and 2 or 4 additional arrows near the target. Gem levels 1 to 20, previously 2 at all levels. Falling now provides 40% more chance of shock, previously fire beams at additional. So they remove the quality of the fire's additional beams, right? And replace it with more chance of shock, which is fine. And then they gave it, what, 2 additional chains? So lightning rod did get buffed, but only a chance to shock, right? Rods, on the other hand, lightning rod right here now disappears after being changed 6 times at all gem levels. Previously, let's get rid of this actually. Previously 8 to 14 times, right? So pretty big nerf there, like a 50% chain nerf, a little bit more than that, like 60% or something like that. And they take 1 second to explode, right? And I believe, yeah. So I mean, Rod, I don't think it's gonna get hit again. It already had like a 60% damage nerf, right? It'd be weird for it to get nerfed again. There was a mid-season buff. Okay, so they rebuffed it. They rebuffed it. How can we find the mid-season buff then? Maybe go to the patch notes or After everything went, okay. Yeah, I forgot that they did that. Low key, good stuff. Question is though, we need to go back to. Okay, this is Dawn of the Hunt, right? It's just, is it going to be interesting to try to find the actual buff though? You know what I'm saying? Maybe this one. Nah, there's nothing here. Yeah, me too, to be honest with you, dude. Any of these have a bunch? I mean, this has a bunch. What about this one? Yeah, nothing. We go back to the front one. We'll go down. Might be this one. Oh, nothing here. Yeah, I don't know which ones we're gonna. All right, here we go. Range of specific changes. Lightning Rod deals 26 to 94% of attack damage to levels 1 to 20. Previously 20 to 72. Now has a maximum arrow duration of 20 seconds. Previously 12. That was what they did with Lightning Rod. Lightning Arrow's beam targeting radius is 3.2 meters. So they buffed the meters and they buffed the damage. But I mean, still, it was not that big of an increase, to be honest. You're getting a 60% chain damage nerf, and then they're giving it another what? Another 22% attack damage increase? You know what I'm saying? So you're still significantly nerfed. I doubt they're going to do anything with it again. I doubt it's a nerf, right? Are we thinking it's like probably a hard pass on them trying to nerf it? I don't think that's going to happen. I think Lightning Rod and Lightning Arrow are fine. Yeah, Ben, totally, man. Nah, we're looking at stuff right now. We're trying to go through Ben and figure out like what we think build wise that we've done is going to be safe for 0.3. I think Lightning Rod, Lightning Arrow is not getting touched. I mean, they already nerfed it significantly back on obviously 0.2. They did a mid-season buffs, which we're looking at here. And then obviously we're yeah, so that should be fine. I don't think that's getting nerfed. So if we go back, I think a Lightning Arrow should be fine. Now, the only big question, right, though, is like, okay, so Lightning Arrow is going to be fine. Lightning Rod's fine. The Herald of Ash should be fine, so that chain should be fine there. Even if we were to go into Cast on Freeze while take Mark, that sort of like chain that we were testing, that shouldn't be hit either. Ball Lightning, we don't use that for anything other than shock applying, so that should be fine. I doubt Wind Dancer will get nerfed, to be honest. Barrage shouldn't get nerfed either. I mean, everything here should be fine, to be honest with you guys, for our LA build. Again, we'll have to wait and see. The only thing I'm looking at is probably going to get hit is the Deepest Hour. With the low life nodes on the tree, that's probably going to get significantly nerfed. But I mean, even if it's like a 50-60% damage nerf, I mean, with a 10 div budget, we were on 80 mil DPS, right? So 50% damage nerf takes us down to 40 mil. You know what I'm saying? So like, we should still be fine with this setup if it came to a low life heavy nerf. 2.4, 3.2, it was like 35% increase. Got you. What's up, man? They shouldn't nerf anything, man. They've already nerfed a bunch. And if they want to, like, looking at the playability, right? If we go back, this is week 3, right? If we look, everybody was playing Lightning Spear, right? Like, LA is not going to get hit, bro. Literally, Lightning Arrow was 3% of the league. I mean, even if you go and look at it now in the latest snapshot, Lightning Arrow is where? 5% of the league. I doubt it's going to get hit. If they're going to try to increase build diversity and get more of skills played, it'd be weird to nerf the little single digit percent skills, right? Like, why would you hit 5% skills that are being played out of the whole league rather than trying to hit stuff that's, I mean, Lightning Spear is getting nerfed. 50% of the league's playing it, bro. That's horrible. That shouldn't be a thing. My Poison Rain of Arrows Pathfinder to be Vow again? Tangle will be nerfed. Yeah, Tangle Tongue's gonna be nerfed. Tangle Tongue's nerfed. Lightning Spear is gonna be nerfed. Herald of Thunder might get looked at just because a bunch of people played with it, but I don't think it's really insane. It doesn't enable anything, so I don't think it should be nerfed. But maybe it'll get hit. If infused weapon gets hit off of Huntress is fine, we don't use it with this build. So I think Lightning Arrow is majority safe. I think it's, even if we had to remove Deepest Tower, right, completely, which we have been doing, you can still do pretty good like bossing damage. I'm not gonna lie. This man Ben's going crazy. Only way to make Spark viable right now. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if crit gets hit. The reason why I say that is because crit is the only way to really build your build right now, dude. There's not enough stuff on the tree to enable non-crit builds. And especially if you take crit out, like Huntress Deadeye, that is like their only way to really get a bunch of damage, bro. You take crit nodes out, you nerf Deepest Tower, just say, pretty much Huntress and Deadeye are going to be almost useless because the damage is going to be so hard to scale up. Because there's nothing on this tree that enables like non-crit builds to scale damage. So like it would be very hard to build anything for those two classes. Even Monk is doing crit? Yeah, exactly not bad. Like it'd be so hard to build anything like that. Unless they add a bunch of stuff on the tree to enable, you know, yourself to be able to scale stuff without going into crit, right? And get a lot more damage, etc., then there's no way they touch crit. I mean, it can min, but like, it has to be invested though, is the issue, right? Like, it's just gonna feel horrible though if they do it, because like there's, like I said, there's nothing on the tree though. Like, it's not like people are only going into one thing because it's 10 times better than the other thing. There's nothing else to go into. Like, there's a, how do you scale damage up significantly, right, without going in a crit? Like, there's nothing on the tree that allows you to do that. You can go into pen, but obviously pen gets capped at a certain point, and it's not like, you know, it's I don't know. It's to me, they're not gonna touch crit. It'd be very weird for them to touch crit. I mean, I guess you could stat stack, but that's another thing. Like, what we're talking about though is like endgame, and you know what I'm saying, like endgame heavily invested builds. Like, you're not going to be doing this on League Star with a few divs. That's the thing I'm thinking of, right? Like, you remove crit, like 5 div builds are going to be pretty hard to go into because everybody's going to be stat stacking, right? So everything's going to be pretty expensive. So it's like stat stacking is going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just need more ways to build, and that's the point of this like 0.3 is they're going to be trying to go into more ways to build. So it's like I'm trying to increase build diversity. So I don't see a world where they completely nerf crit, to be honest with you. I think definitely Deepest Tower is going to get nerfed. Even if it's a 50-60% nerf, we should be fine. From there, Lightning Arrow, Lightning Rod shouldn't get touched. I think it's in a really good spot. I mean, everything else besides maybe Voltaic Mark will get a nerf, but even if Voltaic Mark gets a nerf, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Unless it's like 70% nerf, but the only thing that's really is good is just increasing shock magnitude. You know what I'm saying? So like, sure, they can nerf it, but the only other thing this really enables, I guess, would be your cast on freeze, Voltaic Mark, you know, screen wide chaining. That's the really only other thing Voltaic Mark enables. It's nothing really insane. People don't use it for like, you know, damage builds. I just use it to either scale shock magnitude or do chain like that. But I don't think it's gonna get touched just because not a whole lot of people did the cast on freeze tech, not gonna lie. And then obviously I don't think it really isn't too insane. I think it should be fine. I think it should be fine. Even if it gets nerfed, we can play around it and be fine. So I think LA build is gonna be safe to play into, to be honest. So hold on, let me pull my notes up. LA. Okay. Sorry. Crit them as Flurry Monk and also Poison Pathfinder though. It was wasted GGG or anything. Sniper's Mark nerf. I mean, maybe, but to me, it'd be weird for them to go after the marks, man. Because like they said that they want. If we go back, can we find actually the thing? The China interview. Yeah, I think this was the one, right? Yeah, this is a month ago, right? Where is it? I mean, many skills underpowered if you want to pick wrong. The campaign feels too hard, so that's good. But where is the one thing? This might be the wrong post. If I type in like skills. Certainly improve build diversity by upgrading unpopular ascendancies and skills. This might come at the cost of a class falling out. Okay, that should be fine. But yeah, there we go. Unpopular ascendancies and skills. So again, it'd be weird for them to nerf that stuff, to be honest, if they're trying to increase build diversity. You know what I'm saying? Don't really do that much. Yeah. Personally, he texted me, bro. He said he's definitely nerfing Lightning Arrow because that's how Shimmer keeps playing that build every league. It's crazy, man. Why are you coming at me like that, man? What I do, Ben? So yeah. So again, LA should be safe. Crossbow, I think, will be safe. Beyond that, I mean, we know LA or not LA, but Lightning Spear is gonna get heavily nerfed. Tangle Tongue's gonna get nerfed. 100% the deepest tower / whole life stuff's getting nerfed. But again, we should LA still safe with, even with like taking the whole helmet off. We can still do like 20-30 million damage, so we'll be fine for bossing Loki on like a 10 div budget. Yeah, I mean beyond that, what other builds where people are really running at the early game like that? I mean, to be honest, it's kind of hard to look because everybody's running one single build. You guys have any suggestions on builds? I mean, we could look. What else do we do? Benedict Salva is gonna get hit. Frostbolt, Demon Witch, I mean, is sort of definitely not league start viable. Concoction, I mean, it's been really bad, so maybe Pathfinder will get buffed again. To be honest, I mean, Pathfinder's in such a bad state right now, especially with the nerfs and stuff that they did to Quivers not taking effect. So like, I feel like Pathfinder kind of has to get a major look at and buff, to be honest. Because I mean, right now, Shatter Concoction is not really viable, and the only thing the actual Ascendancy kind of plays into is poison, right? Like it has support for poison stuff, but if you do any other concoctions, there's zero support for. Like honestly, I think it should kind of change the Ascendancy, to be honest, depending on what concoction you pick. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go into Shattering Concoction, these nodes should be changing to support that specific concoction, right? In a sense, at least in my eyes, I feel like that would be pretty cool and unique and would actually make sense. Yeah, Ben, we have song requests on. These ones are fine, I think. I like the contagion ones. E.g., what do you call it? Ascension Contagion builds. I might run my Bleed Crossbow build. I missed my 14 million Shatter Concoction build. Yeah, man, bro, Shatter Concoction was so much fun, dude. Like, I'm gonna watch the video a little bit, bro. I miss just running around as that concoction, man. And just throwing and just shattering. Bro, imagine that, like, I had the knowledge now with Cast on Freeze Vault Take Mark, dude. We literally would have got screen wide shatters, dude. It would have been insane, bro. With Shattering Concoction. I missed that build so much, dude. Maybe we'll get it again. I mean, it even did really good bossing damage, bro. Like, such good bossing damage. Like, look at that, man. That's the freeze too, man. Oh man, I miss it. I miss it. Hopefully they get a big buff with Pathfinder, dude. Let me put in here. Bro, I cannot type because like the way that I have my mic cord comes over my keyboard and it's so annoying. All right, let's go number 4. Okay. Was this the one you wanted, Min, by the way? I was looking into the stream element stuff, but like it's low key kind of doesn't work that well. It still has the same issues that this one sort of has, and then it goes off of YouTube, so you have to put YouTube links in, and then obviously there's some copyright stuff, so it might not work 100% of the time, and it's just like So I might have to look into another way of doing it, but I mean this one works sort of for now, so time on that. Let's go, baby. This is crazy. It's crazy. Sad story in part one. My first build was Chronomancer. Tried so hard to make it work. I mean, Chronomancer has some interesting builds, but yeah, I mean, it's not really like easy to build into, I should say. Yeah, I mean, you kind of need to with your mic, to be honest, unless I try to get like a Bluetooth one, but I don't know about that. With my bleed crossbow Merc, I have to figure out the tech for HVR and Shard Scavenger with Rosatha's belt took off. Interesting. So I'm assuming you're on Herald of whatever it is, Herald of Blood. Chronomancer Frostwall cast on crit was fun. Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. Like Chronomancer had some good stuff, but it definitely wasn't like friendly in that regard, right? Like it wasn't just like you can do this and it will work. It was you kind of had to have some sort of crafting experience to be able to really know how to maybe craft into it. And besides, there's not really too much stuff with Chronomancer. Like, what Ascendancies? I mean, I guess we could do that, right? Is there a PoE 2DB I have here? We can go classes, right? So what Ascendancies? Can we look at Ascendancies? Yeah, so what Ascendancies do we think needs a big buff? Is there no way of actually like looking at them though? Ascendancy classes? Maybe this is it. There we go. So what do we think needs buffed here, boys? What if I can do this and then just go into like maybe like paint? Should I go paint? Stuff paint? Oh my god, bro, I got rickrolled. This man rickrolling, bro. I'm getting rickrolled, bro. Let me throw this on the paint. Wait, what's going on with paint, bro? You see this? What is going on right here? Hold on, boys. That shouldn't be a thing. Bro, what? What if we... That is so weird. Okay, well, I guess we can't do paint, boys. That's so weird. I don't know why we can't do paint. Why can't we do MS Paint, bro? Um... Okay, hold on. This might work. I think it's worked. Bet. Bam, bam. Okay, so what do we think is getting buffed here? I guess we can do a little like... What should we do for a buff icon? What? Like a little check mark? Alright. Even T4 Arbiter, but it's very high investment. Ah, I got you. I was gonna ask actually if it was League Star viable. The Sork. So yeah, definitely Shiola. So Shiola needs to be hit. So, oh my god, I've never used MS Paint, so I apologize, boys. All right, so we think, should we? I'm trying to think how we. I don't know. Just I'll just say a little X on it. So definitely Chiol is getting buffed. Invoker, I don't think is really going to be touched. Witch Hunter, yeah, probably Witch Hunter, to be honest. Witch Hunter's kind of sucky. So we think Witch Hunter for sure. Infernalist for sure. I mean, do we think Lit? I mean, Pathfinder, 100% Pathfinder needs it. Deadeye, probably not. Do we think Warbringer is going to get buffed? I mean, Warbringer doesn't have too many builds, to be honest, that are insane. Both Sork Ascendancies? I mean, I can see Chronomancer. You think Stormweaver is that bad? I mean, I guess we can do it. Chrono, definitely Chrono, but like Stormweaver actually has some pretty good applications for some stuff. Ritualist 100% is getting buffed. There's no way Ritualist doesn't. There's like literally almost no application ever run a Ritualist unless you just want to try to stack stuff like Rarity, maybe Banner Bond, maybe some other stuff. But like for damage, it does nothing, to be honest. Its mechanics too also kind of are horrible, to be honest, with the mini Headhunter. And the rings don't add too much either to the build or to really any build compared to like Amazon, where you can just get crit, you can get damage off of accuracy stacking, you can get skill speed, attack speed, you can do infuse, you can get leech, you can like there's too much more stuff in Amazon. Warrior needs a new weapon. I mean, maybe with Druid if it comes in, which it probably is. Maybe the Warrior can run that. But yeah, I do agree with that, though, that there's not too many melee weapons. No one is playing it? I mean, I could see that, I guess, yeah. Chrono, 0.8% people playing it? Sheesh. I mean, if we look, Min, and look at Ritualist play, let me flip this back over here. If we look, right? And we look at people playing in the latest snapshot of Ritualist. Ritualist is where 6% of the league's playing Ritualist, right? And that's now. If we go back, just say we'll go back 3 weeks into the league, Ritualist was where? 5%. So, I mean, it's still pretty much a zero played, like, very, very small played Ascendancy. I mean, it's just, in my opinion, it doesn't really add. I mean, I guess, yeah, you can get infinite charm uses, but, like, if you compare it with Amazon 1-to-1, Amazon is 10 times better than Ritualist. Like, Amazon allows you to go accuracy, allows you to get, crit chance and fizz damage from accuracy. You can, like I said, get increased leech. You can go and get more skill speed, more damage. Infused weapon is broken as well. Like, there's just, Amazon just offers way too much more. I mean, I think just based on them looking at least played stuff, I think Ritualist might get looked at, to be honest with you. I kind of hope it does, because, like, I feel like Ritualist should be a lot more unique in that way, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a Ritualist hater. My Twister's Ritualist and he's strong. I'm not saying it can't be strong, I'm just saying investment-wise, like 1-to-1, it's so much more needed. To an extent, rather than like Amazon. But maybe I'm just a Ritualist hater. He needs accuracy buff when you're using Tangle Tongue. I mean, you're not wrong. But Tangle Tongue's getting a hard nerf, there's no way. Alright, so let's see here. So we got a latest snapshot, right? Let's see. So Aglad Shola for sure is getting buffed. Chronomancer is getting buffed. Pathfinder is getting buffed. Those three are 100% getting looked at. Witch Hunter, I think for sure, right? Nobody really plays Witch Hunter. Stormweaver probably, but if we just take a look at the percent played, right? Even if we go back in early in the league, like week 3, I mean, still pretty much the same, right? Do we think Warbringer or Titan is getting buffed? I mean, Titan's pretty good, no? I mean, I'm not really in tune with Warrior builds, so I don't know exactly how good Titan, Warbringer, and Smith Katav is. It's low. In like what way, man? Like low in the sense of it's not useful? Or like low on the priority of buffing? Our Titan are solid? Alright, so those two are probably not getting buffed. Is what you're saying. So Warbringer and Titan are probably not getting buffed. We'll do red, right? Yeah, I probably should have done green circles, red X's, to be honest with you, huh, guys? Let me redo that. Let me redo that. Acolyte Choyola. Oh, my circles are horrible. Hold on, you know, not gonna do that. There we go. Acolyte Choyola is getting hit. Chronomancer is gonna get hit. Stormweaver is getting hit. Witch Hunter is getting hit. Pathfinder 100% is getting hit. Invoker probably is not going to get hit. What else do we say is going to get hit? So Titan, nope. Warbringer, nope. Speaking of Tavid, what do you think? Probably not, right? Infernalist, yeah, I can see Infernalist getting touched. Do we know anything about Druid, or do we just know that it's a new class? So it's in my opinion, it's like 95% confirmed we're getting Druid. If I go back and show you real quick, yesterday this was posted, the Ascendancy names of Druid, so Harbinger, Shaman, and Wildheart. We also had voice lines as well in PoE2 DB that for Druid actually had like names, and it said right here like strength int hybrid class, and then it would say whatever A5 or not A5 but like A1, A2, A3 correlating to axe. But that got deleted. There was a patch yesterday that took all that out of the game files, and obviously PoE2 DB goes off of the game files in the client. So that got completely taken off PoEDB. All that's gone. All the Druids names, all this is gone. All the like lines that said A1, A2, etc. correlating to the axe is gone for Druid. So it's weird that that would happen right now. And I think also them already saying this 80% done when back in 0.2, it's kind of hard to say Druid's not coming. Also, Gamescom was the last time they also revealed Druid. So the last time they were there, they revealed Druid. And they're obviously at Gamescom this time. So it's like almost like fate, low-key, that if we don't get it, it'd be very weird. Like everything's lining up, right? Like literally every star's in line right now for Druid. So it'd be very weird if we don't get Druid. Lich might get buffed, honestly. Not that it's in a bad spot, but I can see them nerfing at Xeri's Destin and buffing Lich. Maybe, I mean, Lich is decent, right? Because you can build into, like I said, with the infinite health stuff. Should have PoE2 DB pulled up. Don't I have DB over here, bro? Where's the DB? I don't have PoE2 DB. That's crazy. I thought I had PoE2 DB. Do I not have PoE2 DB? My boy, am I black and biased? Thought I did. Oh, we have this. Okay, yeah. Lich. No, don't. Blind streamer alert. Don't worry about me, boys. Yeah, Lich isn't bad. I mean, because like I said, you can build into it for the infinite stuff, right? With the shield stuff, which is pretty nice for survivability wise. I do think on the left side of the tree, not much is really offered for it. Like, it is nice that you can put, you know, a socket in there. Now, I do wonder, right? If this is still the case and we get Abyss, we know there's Abyss jewels, right? With like belts that you can socket those into, as well as unique items and stuff that have sockets instead of throwing in runes you would socket it into, or at least that's how PoE1 worked, right? Is this the same case where you could throw your Abyss Jewel in here and get 100% increased effect of it? You know what I'm saying? Because that'd be pretty crack. And I could see Lich kind of being pretty fun if there's some pretty cool Abyss Jewels brought in with Abyss. It'd be very odd if we don't get the Druid, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. Everything's, like I said, aligning with them removing this stuff, them being leaks. I mean, them being a Gamescom, last time they were there, they revealed Druid. Now it's like, you know, here we are. They're at Gamescom again. We already know it's like 80% done 5 months ago, 0.2. It'd be weird if we don't. I don't think you can use unique jewels in the slot. Okay, you can't use unique jewels, but I mean, still, Abyss jewels in itself can roll a lot of stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, still, I think right side of Lich is good. I just think left side is kind of to be honest. Like, it's cool, but I haven't really seen any builds take full effect of like the left side of Lich. So maybe potential buff on Lich, maybe, but I don't know. I think it's up in the air. Smith of Katava is probably not getting hit, to be honest. I think it's pretty much the only tanking Ascendancy, so I think it's in a spot where they're probably not going to do anything with. Gamescom. I don't think Gamescom is Gamescom tomorrow. I mean, I'll be live tomorrow for sure. We can watch it. I'll have to look into it. I know the 20th is when they're revealing everything. I just don't know if they're doing anything tomorrow at Gamescom. You know what I'm saying? Is the issue. I mean, they might do a teaser tomorrow, low key, of something, or today, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're doing any panel stuff live stream tomorrow. What happened, Miracle? Why are you saying that? That's why I'm thinking buff. Yeah, Infernalist for sure, I think, is going to get a buff. I think it's a good shout. Blood Mage, I think, is fine. Lich potential. Tactician and Gemling. I think Gemling's fine. I don't think it's getting touched, to be honest. Tactician, I think Tactician might get looked at, to be honest. Because, I mean, if we look at PoE 2DB, Tactician's where, bro? Tactician's 2% in the league at week 3. At week 9, again, 2%. Even, what is it right now? 2%. I think Tactician's probably going to get looked at. Not a whole lot of leagues playing it. There's not a lot of builds that utilize Tactician. There might be 1 or 2. But yeah, I think Tactician is definitely going to get looked at. I also think it's a Ascendancy thing. Like, isn't really that insane. It's Ascendancy skill that it gives, like fire, whatever it is. What is it called? Yeah. What do you call it? Is that what it is? Supporting fire? Is that the unique skill that it gives? Yeah. Like, it's a good support. Definitely, Tactician's really good for supporting. But that's pretty much, I think, all that's really good for. What happened, Miracle? I just understand why I take out the Druid code days before the update unless they needed to do to be needed to be refreshed and they didn't like the leaks. I think they just don't like. I mean, they're notoriously known for not liking the leaks and stuff like that. So I think they just took it out because they didn't like people leaking it, or potentially they needed to update some stuff with it. But I mean, we'll see, right? Like I said, who knows, man? I could be completely wrong. There could be 0 Druid coming in 0.3. It's just weird that all these leaks have been taken out with a patch note so quick. Right when, like, less than a day ago, we had, like, everything on it almost. We had the Ascendancy names. We had, you know, the voice lines for the axe. We've had, you know, like, all this, and then it gets taken out. I just think it's too coincidental, especially it being so close to being finished with 0.2 and it was supposed to come, and for whatever reason it didn't. And then that was 5 months ago. It'd be weird for them to not have the time to complete it and not be brought in now. You know what I'm saying? It'd be very weird. Yeah, Blood Mage is solid. I don't think Blood Mage is getting touched. Was it this that we looked into? Yeah, let's get back out. If you guys want to request songs, go for it. Our songs right now aren't the best. Gemling's great. Yeah, so Blood Mage, Gemling, I think are fine. They're not going to get touched. Let's go back into the thing real quick. So we have Gemling, and Gemling and Blood Mage. Sorry, those two are not going to get looked at. I don't think. If anything, they might get readjusted, but I don't think they're going to get major buffs. All the 2 people I thought were friends acted like they don't want to be there. Like, I'm done. I have 0 friends left. And this one girl that I'm meeting on Thursday, she was acting the same way. Dang, Miracle. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Man, you got us, bro. You know, you can chill with the homies, man. We're here. Can't show your update. But IRL, I'm alone. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Miracle. We hear, man. I mean, DMs are always open, bro. If you want to talk or anything. All right. What else? Deadeye is not going to get nerfed or buffed. That's 100%. If anything, it might get nerfed because it already got re-changed back in 0.2. So I don't think that's going to get really touched. Amazon, definitely not going to get buffed. If anything, it might get nerfed. Ritualist, I think, is going to get looked at. I just think it's not really that played that much, so I think they'll look at that. Invoker, do we think Invoker's going to get hit? I'm thinking probably not. I think Invoker's in a good point, spot. I think Tactician's going to get hit. I think Lich is 50-50 on it, to be honest. But I think it'll get probably buffed. Invoker, I don't think it's going to get buffed, to be honest. I don't think it's going to get buffed. So the Katava, I don't think it's going to get buffed either. I don't know. What are you guys feeling about this? So red X's means not buffed. Green check marks means buffed or looked at least to see if they can do anything with. Obviously, I don't know if they're getting. Amazon might get nerfed, but like we can go through the X's if we want to see if they're going to get nerfed. But what do you guys think about at least the buff list? You guys agree that those ones with the green circles are probably going to get buffed? Cyberpunk, where they yeah, that seems tempting. That's crazy, Miracle. Okay. So I guess we can move on if we want to the like nerfing side of things. So Titan, Warbringer, or Smith of Katava, do we think any of those three are going to get nerfed in any way? You guys think they'll get changed, nerfed, or just left alone? I know that the cast Lich definitely needs a buff, but I'm not sure if it will. I mean, I think it'll get looked at, to be honest. No? You don't think any of those three are going to get nerfed? You think it'll just kind of be there? Warrior needs skill changes, not Ascendancy? Got you. Okay. Amazon, I could see them nerfing it just because Amazon is played a lot. And I mean, it does enable crit builds pretty easily, especially with accuracy stacking. I mean, then you can get, fizz damage as well. Infused weapon is really strong as well. So I think they might nerf some stuff on that just to try to make like viability and build diversity go up with other ascendancies. But again, I'm not too sure. I'm leaning on the more side of them actually nerfing Amazon. But what do you guys think? The Titan AoE might get nerfed or reworked. Maybe. Actually, maybe. I don't know. I think they're in a good spot though, to be honest. Like, to be honest, I think they're in a good spot. To me, at least, though. Early with Earth Shatter was pretty ridiculous. Maybe tasteful. I don't know. Like I said, I've never played Warrior, so like I'm kind of going based off of you guys's, right? Like, I don't know about those three sentences. I know AoE nodes probably need to be looked at if you have seen the Stormcaller Arrow. Yeah. That AoE is crazy. But it was niche. Yeah, I mean, it is niche is the thing. Like, I don't know if they're going to hit niche builds that were played by just, say, 3% of the league, or if they're going to just leave those builds, like, intact and try to hit everything that was overly used and then buff stuff that was underplayed or whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm not really too sure on. Apparently, man. I'd like to see improvement to Huntress beast summons. Maybe add monsters. Well, Rock, funny enough, it got leaked, or at least on that thing that we were showing earlier, that what do you call it? That Huntress third Ascendancy, at least it was named on there, Beastmaster. So we might be getting more summons and Ascendancy tied with that. But man, we'll have to see on Wednesday, obviously. Or at least balance rework. Yeah, I think Amazon for sure is gonna get like kind of nerfed. So what should nerf be, boys? So we could do yellow. Change it to yellow X, why not? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a little bigger one just so we can kind of go over this. There we go. So yellow definitely is probably gonna get nerfed. Exactly what Wally said, not gonna lie, Miracle. Just focus on yourself for a bit, low key, man. Like I said, bro, you always got, you know, me, my DMs are open. You got the community if you ever need to talk to somebody. Like, just try to low key just focus on yourself for a while. See, and go from there. Do you want this song, man, to be played, or do you want me to change it? The one you wanted. I kind of want Chronomancer to see some buffs or changes. There's like 2 builds that work. Yeah, Chronomancer I would assume is gonna get looked at. Like Chronomancer, Witch Hunter, Acolyte of Chiola. I would assume those 3 are 100% getting looked at. Tactician probably, even though it was the newest like one introduced with 0.2. Yeah, just not really that many people play it, and it's pretty niche on what it can do. I mean, it is really good support style, so maybe they'll kind of buff it, but maybe not like change it entirely and just leave it as a support Ascendancy. So that's probably getting looked at. I mean, Infernalist I think is going to get looked at as well. Not really too many builds are using Infernalist anymore. It's mostly just Blood Mage, to be honest. Blood Mage is really broken. I think Blood Mage is going to get nerfed, though, to be honest. I think too many people are running Blood Mage, and I think Blood Mage has builds that are really, really broken. So I think Blood Mage is probably going to get nerfed, especially with the crit you can do on Blood Mage. Alright, man. Stormweaver took over the Spark in 0.1, then just gutted her. Yeah, I think Stormweaver probably is going to get looked at again. Yeah, exactly. Tasteful. Crit stacking Blood Mage is too broken. I mean, I just think that the crit stacking is too ridiculous to an extent. I mean, I would be fine for them to maybe rebalance a little bit of Blood Mage. Like, there's 2 ways they can do, right? When you're nerfing stuff, there's 2 ways you can nerf. Either you can nerf the stuff that's overpowered, or you can buff the stuff that's underpowered, right? So it depends which way they want to go. But I think it depends. I mean, I would love for them to just buff everything and have everything in line. But obviously, I don't think they want that, because then you're going to get to a point where you're going to have builds that are one-shotting everything no matter what build you're playing, or Ascendancy, because it's just so good. So they'll probably just nerf the stuff that's overperforming in their eyes, rather than trying to buff everything that's not. But they have said they're trying to look at Ascendancies that are underperforming. So I'm assuming they're probably going to be nerfing Blood Mage, hopefully not a lot, right? But hopefully enough to where people want to play other stuff, to where they buff all the other junk, right? All the other Ascendancies. But Blood Mage is like still on a point where you can play it, if that makes any sense, right? At least that's what I would do. Like, I would nerf Blood Mage, Amazon, not by a lot, but just, you know, hit them with a nerf and then buff everything else. Better than Evoker, and Evokers have little Ascendancy noticing no earlier or crits. Yeah. Spark is dead, plus starting a Blood Mage is awful. I mean, long as they look at Stormweaver and other junk and buff it, Spark will be fine. mean, Infernalist, Lich, Stormweaver, Chronomancer, if all of those are bad and the only viable Ascendancy for like a spell spark build is Blood Mage, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? If the literal Ascendancy in class that you're supposed to be running majority of the stuff with is bad, then it's pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? Like you have 6 Ascendancies or whatever it is, 5 Ascendancies, and only one of them's good. It's probably not right. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. They're focusing on underperformers. I feel like they'd be better middle ground than nerfing the stronger front setting ones. Yeah, that's what I would think. To build it, you got to consider that. Not everyone can build a GG Blood Mage. How expensive is it to build into, man? Because I've never fully built into a Spark Blood Mage build, so I don't know how expensive it really is. But I mean, maybe they don't nerf it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it was up to me, I just want everything buffed. You know what I'm saying? But it's GGG. They're going to be nerfing stuff. Mirrors, so I don't even know anymore. Oh, okay. Well then, I don't know. Maybe they won't inherently touch it too much. We'll go back to maybe not touching it. Why is there a red circle here, by the way? Let me do green circle. There we go. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know, but I do think Blood Mage is just really, really good. So I do think they might turn it down or tone it down a little bit. I just don't know how much they'll nerf, So if anything, I'm gonna go back and put it. I think they'll look at it and potentially nerf a little bit of it, but I don't think a lot. We can move on. Gemling Legionnaire, do you guys think they'll nerf? Or do you think they'll just let it sit? Because, I mean, they kind of already nerfed it back in 0.2, to be honest. But it's still really good with just stat stacking. Boy Men goes crazy with the grinding. Yeah, I mean, I guess it also depends on when you build it, right, man? Like, trying to build it now, obviously everything's like 4 times more expensive, so it's kind of hard to justify unless you build it like early in the league, like first few weeks / month. Like pretty much after that, like second to second and a half month in the league, everything went up by like 3 times price because everybody stopped playing with the PoE1. This was mid league, yeah. So I would say that definitely the prices were fluctuated and like way higher than normal. So I think it's kind of hard to say. I mean, we'll just have to see with 0.3 to be honest. But I think that probably will look at just because it's played a lot. And that's usually how they look at stuff. Whatever's played a lot, they'll get looked at and potentially nerfed or changed. And they'll look at the stuff that's not played. 400 to 500 divs, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Gemini Legionnaire. Do we think that's gonna get hit? Nerfed at all, or do you think they'll just leave it alone? Nerf Lightning Spear? No, they're 100% nerfing Lightning Spear Miracle. There's no way they don't. Like, Lightning Spear is used too much. I mean, that's too much of a high, like, too much of a high play rate. If we go ahead and look. I mean, literally, Lightning Spear is 46% of the league at the current snapshot, right? If we go to like 3 weeks in, I believe it was like 50% or something. Yeah, 53%. The 100% Lightning Spear is nerfed. Tangle Tongue is getting nerfed, like 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. Stormlance is probably getting nerfed. So a lot of the spear stuff is probably going to be getting looked at and nerfed heavily. To be honest with you, I don't see a world where like Lightning Spear, Tangle Tongue, all that lives. Add more fun abilities like Temple Slayer for Monk. That was such a fun ability. Yeah. I like your shot that hit. Yeah, bro. Nobody here likes Lightning Spear. It's used too much. Lightning Spear will probably make it just because of how it functions. Maybe. Oh boy, Miracle! What the follow to the channel? Thank you very much, man. Let me go ahead and skip because I think your song's up next, right? I don't think did anyone play this one. I don't think they did, right? No, all right. I'm gonna skip because I believe. Miracle, you were trying to suggest the thing. I got you, Miracle. Let me go ahead and play your stuff right now, man. Yeah, because you tried to. Yeah, there we go. I'll let it play in. Bet. There you go, man. Yeah, that's insane, bro. This man, that's insane. The song you suggested, bro. Listen, man. Trust me, bro. Life is like a wiener. It gets hard sometimes, but it doesn't stay hard forever. You're good, bro. All right. So, anyways, yeah, that's gonna get nerfed. I think we pretty much looked at a lot of stuff there. Thanks. That's crazy, Miracle. All right. Yeah. So I mean, everything's good there. We know Cross is pretty safe. Linear probably is pretty safe. Deadeye or Huntress, either one. I mean, even Monk Invoker would probably be pretty good as well, depending on buffs. So like those 3 Ascendancies, you could do that on. Be pretty safe there. Is there anything else you guys think we should look at? I mean, Pathfinder 100% is getting looked at in buffs, so Shatter Concoction style builds might come back. Or Caution style builds, I should say, might come back. I got you. I got you, Tasteful. I'll throw it on next. Basic job is crazy. Flicker? Can we talk about Flicker? I mean, Flicker Strike probably is safe, to be honest, or buffed. I mean, not a lot of people are playing Flicker, to be honest. I mean, Flicker, yes, 2% of the league 3 weeks in. If we look at the latest snapshot, I mean, only 3% of the league's playing Flicker. So Flicker is probably going to be getting buffed, to be honest. I don't see a world where Flicker Strike gets nerfed in any way. Yeah. Dog compared to PoE1, yeah, it's horrible. Okay, Sizzle, I agree with that. It is pretty underwhelming in the department of actually performing. Like, compared to what you can do in PoE1, I should say, right? It's in PoE2, obviously, it's a lot better than what it used to be. But definitely comparing it to PoE1, obviously, it's a different question. But I think Flicker should be buffed or unchanged, either one. Just because of the amount of people that are playing it. Like, not a lot of people are playing it, so it just depends on if it's the skill like they want to buff or not, or they have time to look at, I guess, right? But it's not going to get nerfed at all. It's bad for mapping, but bossing is insane. Bossy damage is good, yeah. Which is weird because you think it would be the other way around with Flicker Strike, right? That's what I'm saying, Miracle. Let me actually put your song on, by the way. Yeah, this isn't the right one, right? Hold on. I do know we have an interview here. Is this the right one, Tasteful? I know we have an interview soon that I think Gazzy and Darth Microtransactions doing soon. So we're gonna go ahead and be looking at that. So okay, hold on. What is this? Hold on. Now what is this? We'll watch this little video real quick. What is this? Let me go ahead and turn the song off real quick. And then I can throw the sound on. 1 second, guys.
PoE2DB website, if you go to Notable Passive under Ascendancies, it looks like the site was able to mine some data for the next patch. We cannot see the descriptions of these notables, but we can see the name of the Ascendancy. Usually on this website, when an Ascendancy is not ready yet, they usually name it with fish in it, or at least something related to fishing. For example, the Marauder has Bait Fisher, the Sorceress has Kite Fisher, the Shadow has Ice Fisher, but there's a new Ascendancy for Huntress, Beastmaster. As the name says, I think we all know what it's about. In the Monk, we have Martial Arts.
This is just a stuff that...
This one will be all about unarmed combat.
Yeah, this is...
Shaman, Harbinger, and Wild Heart. For the Shaman, it's very straightforward.
Yeah, I think this is stuff we already seen, right?
For Wild Heart, I guess it's going to be about shapeshifting.
Yeah,
and for Harbinger,
we've already seen this.
I went to the PoE1 wiki for this. Harbingers are a type of monsters that cannot be armed directly. Harbingers summons enemies to fight the player, while empowering them in different ways, and they can only be armed by killing their minions. Since we know PoE2 has a lot of inspiration from Diablo 2, we're likely going to see a minion variant build with beasts.
Alright, if anybody wants to watch this, I'll link this, but yeah, I mean, it's not too much info. I mean, we kind of figured all this out yesterday, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but let me go ahead and throw this out to... Let's do this real quick. Sorry, boys. Wait. All right. Sorry about that, guys. True. Yeah, I got you, Tasteful. Yeah, I got you. When is Druid coming out, Tom? So Druid will probably be revealed on Wednesday the 20th. At 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when they're doing their stream. Either that or they might do a teaser before, like today or tomorrow on it, but we don't really know fully. It's highly suggested it's coming out. One, they literally had Ascendancy names that they took off the site with the patch notes that they did last night, as well as voice lines that had like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 on PoEDB. That was taken off too on the site. So, and obviously PoE2DB goes off of the game files in the client. So they wiped them off with this patch notes they did last night. So it's highly pretty much like, you know, kind of suggested like they were getting Druid. So it should be in 0.3, which would be on August 29th. That's when the new league drops. Yeah. He's got a bookmark for a Druid build. Yeah, all right, man. Yeah, I seen it and I wanted to play it. Let's see if there's anything interesting new there. Now, he did say at the end, Harbinger and stuff. I doubt it's going to be like that. That would be a very weird Ascendancy to actually have, like, to where your minions are your health pool and you can't take damage, because that's the way Harbingers are in PoE1. You have to kill their minions, and then once you kill, like, the wave of their minions, they do a certain amount of, like, you know, damage to their health bar, and they'll summon more minions, and you keep doing that until they die. So it'd be weird for that to be an Ascendancy for Druid. I don't see how that would play. But I mean, I think we knew Shaman is going to be the spell, you know, sort of side of Druid, and then Wild Heart's going to be the shape-shifting side. For those that haven't seen, by the way, this is leaked on China's side, so this was their thing for 0.3. And as we can see, it says for 0.3 that Act 1, 2, 3, then you get Act 4, and that's extended until Endgame. So that could potentially be the new thing for us, to where we don't do any scroll acts, it's just Act 4 into Endgame, which would be amazing. But again, we'll have to see how that works. Whether that be an extended act, whether, you know, they sort of somehow try to elongate that, or they simply just level skip you to 65, right? If you're done, just at like level 45 or something, 50. So I don't really know though, but we'll see. Also, yeah, I don't think this is the right one, right, man? I got you. Somebody. Yeah, this is definitely not the right one. There we go. All right, but yeah, so we pretty much have that there. We know Druid and stuff is not going to be, or not the stuff. We have the paint thing. That was paint. We'll put it on. Let me go back to it. There we go. Oh, what's going on here? Yeah. So that's what we have. It's crazy. So, is there anything we want to talk about? Any more builds you guys think that might be getting hit or touched upon? Because I mean, everything else should be fine here. I don't think anything else is getting hit. I don't think there's anything else over on this side. Alright, miracle. Also, if anybody hasn't seen, the boy Fourfinger has made a pretty good guide on like campaign leveling tips and tricks and stuff like that. So if anybody obviously wants to see that, I can link that as well. Pretty good guide on like some tips and tricks and stuff like that to level quicker. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really anything else here. So, like I said, the what do you call it is having an interview. What the heck did you? What is this, bro? Uh, um, you know, maybe we could pull up some Druid gameplay and figure out if we could. I have no clue what we're playing right now. My boy is interesting. It's interesting. um. There we go. We can watch this. This is 15 minutes of Druid gameplay. Maybe we could try to decipher some more stuff out of this. You know. This SiahZ's favorite song? I don't know about that one, bro. Gotta love ads, right? Right, chat? No, this is using Spotify. This is Songify. I don't. This is directly linked to my Spotify, which is interesting. You know what I'm saying? Insane. I got you, though, Tasteful. I'll put your song on. So I can skip through here a little bit. Bro, come on with the ads, man. Holy smokes with ads, dude. I need to get ad blocker, boys. I need to get ad blocker. I'm the bomb is crazy, bro. Another 15 and second unskippable ad. Alright, well, we finally watch it. Yeah, I need to. Alright, I was watching, that's crazy. Alright, so here's the Druid. Obviously, this is a lot different from, like, you know, us. Our game version, obviously. Like literally, you know, their flasks are different at the bottom left. They have 3 life, 2 mana flasks. That's obviously different. But I mean, potentially the skills are pretty much going to be the same. So we see him have a Bear Slam skill as well as a Lightning sort of skill. Like a Bear Slam there. I'll be honest, it seems like he's getting crapped on. But yeah, I mean, beyond that, do we have any other gameplay here? I mean, we can see him in actual form, which is cool. So we can just stay in the form, which is nice. Is this? No, it's just recharging. That, I don't know what that is. I guess that's a lightning spell that conjures on the ground, like consistently. Interesting. An aftershock lightning call that comes, it looks like after spell switch attacks. Interesting, interesting. What do you mean, man? Oh, I'll do it. I got you. I got you. Anything else? I mean, we can see him running in it, which is cool, but he seems pretty slow, not gonna lie. There's the Bear Slam again. I mean, skip around a little bit, so he starts doing stuff. Interesting. What's that in his inventory? Okay, yeah, Portal Scrolls. Yes, this is an old version of the game, to be honest. At least we can see maybe the 3rd town there. There's Danig and stuff. But like, I don't know, it's hard to kind of like compare this though, because this is a, you know, year ago or so, and the game's completely different than what we have now, obviously, the version. So like, it's hard to say like what skills we're gonna get, or if these are even gonna be the same. All right, bro. You know what? I hate my life. Someone give me YouTube Premium. Someone give me YouTube Premium. I'm gonna pull it up over here until all the ads are played, because I'm tilted. Not giving IGN another cent of my money. I got this thing riddled with ads, bro. No lightning calls, maybe not. I think it's just like a lightning AoE duration spell that consistently hits. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So there's nothing else here, low-key, at least on the Reddit. What do you guys think for leveling? Like, what do you think the best leveling combo is going to be for skills-wise? You think it's still going to be Stomping Ground, or do you think that's going to get hit so hard that it's not going to be viable anymore with, like, Disengage and Rake and stuff? Bro, why is it only 3 6? What is going on with itself right now? My YouTube broken? Good chat. And I got another. In my life, bro. Why is there so many ads, bro? Why is there so many ads, man? Can we not have this many ads? Like, I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna get more ads. Watch. I hate, but this is stupid, bro. This is absolutely stupid. I'm not giving him another. This is absolutely stupid. All right, I need to play the right song. Hold on. This the right one? Yeah, this is the right one. You don't use Brave? What's Brave? Google. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Huh? All right, there we go. It's back. Let me go back a little bit. That's in the. I guess I'm gonna get more ads. Watch. Okay, so this is just like a stomp run. Interesting. I mean, you're not wrong, Tasteful. I think Stomping Ground is gonna get nerfed. Some prop support. Maybe. I don't know. It's just it's so good at leveling right now. It's insane. So that's a volcano skill. Do we have? Don't we have that right now, or do we not have that in the game currently? It looks so like similar. I can't know like remember if we have that in the game. I don't think we do actually, do we? We don't have that in the game yet. Okay. So it's just like a volcanic fissure type skill or something like that. Like magma orb, but on like crack. It's a totem that's like chaos damage, the effigy. Oh, I got you. That makes sense. So he's using that and then like a slam to increase more of the balls coming out. Interesting. Okay, so you can summon wolves. Interesting. So he's using what, a staff? But he has no. So I guess the staff's going to be lightning skills or fire skills or something. I mean, low-key, I'm kind of hoping they change it and it's going to be claws, because I feel like that would be so much cooler for Druid than just a staff. But I guess who knows, right? Yeah, it looks like that. Bro, this song is long, by the way. Buff fire and ice to be as strong as lightning. They need to. I mean, I think it's just the elements, really, what it comes down to. Like, the elements just aren't as good. This class looks like depression. I mean, it doesn't look like the most insane, but we got to remember this video is from a year ago. This is very old. This is from 2023, right? So this is very, very old. Cannonballs off the screen and do some massive AoE damage is crazy. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I mean, Castwell channeling, interesting. We already have that there. I mean, this is totally different. Your gold, you have to have in your inventory. We have it now on like a universal thing. This has multiple flasks. We obviously don't have this anymore. It's 1 health, 1 mana. You know what I'm saying? There was portal scrolls. We don't have that no more. It's built in. So like the game is completely changed. So I'm sure the class is completely different. Because like you said, this looks very underwhelming and slow. So I don't think it's going to be like that. I mean, there's only what left? A minute and 30? Might as well just wait for it. Yeah, I'll plan to play this one. So what do we have here? We have Furious Slam. We have Rampage. We have Castwell Channeling. Hold on, doesn't he have another skill in here? There's Volcano. There's Summon Wolf. And then what other skill did he have? He had Lightning Storm. All right, we can see Lightning Storm. So it's a spell AoE channel duration. Create a lightning storm for a duration which repeatedly strikes enemies in an area with shocking bolts. 1 to 19 lightning damage. Base duration is 10 seconds. 25% chance of shock. 1.8 meter radius. Shocked enemies as though dealing 400% more damage. Hits one target every 0.05 seconds, which is pretty insane. Can hit each enemy only once. There we go. Every basically half second. So you get like 2 hits a second, which isn't insane. And you can only have one of them active. So it's like a tornado, basically. It's like tornado shot, but lightning to an extent with like that duration style. Looks cool. And I remember they took it out of 0.2 to make it improve. Yeah, it should be good. It should be a lot better. I mean, everything's different. The game's completely different, right? I mean, what do we have here? We have him channeling Volcano, and then it conjures the storm. Interesting. But like I said, I'm sure the game is really different from what it is here. Let me go ahead and change it, because I know this song is not the one you wanted. There you go. There you go. Base staffs as well, maybe, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, we don't, like, this is all different too. Like, there's so much stuff that's different here. I mean, he's, you know what I'm saying? We got more ads. All right, boys. I'm paying Google OD right now. I'm paying the whole tuition, the whole college fund. And if you cast while channeling the Stampede Rampage with the lightning following, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You got the whole college tuition going right now, man. Does anybody know the interview Gazzy's having with his little tavern talk? Is that like an actual like interview we're gonna get information out of or something? Does anybody know? Should we be watching that? Because I'm not too sure. Bro, like I didn't even know you were allowed to have that many ads. Like that's insane. Wait, there's a cast. Wait, what is that? Cast on melee? Cast on melee stun. Interesting. Cast on melee stun gains energy when you stun enemies with melee attacks. Interesting. Okay. Also, he hovered over another ability, didn't he? It was like Rampage or something. Yeah, Rampage. Shapeshift into a bear and Rampage, forward slamming the ground as you run. The initial roar generates rage and consumes rage until you run out. Interesting. So 40% more stun threshold while using the skill. 2.2 meter radius. Maximum channeling time is 1.3 seconds and 222 to 346 physical damage. It's pretty high. Interesting. Change into a bear and trigger Warcry skills and trigger Warcry. Interesting. Saga Warcry skills. That's interesting. PoE 1? Yeah. Executive Kids Trust Fund is crazy. Tasteful. I want to do low life Blood Mage Bleed Crossbow build or Chrono for the first for the time stop and rewind time. That would be interesting. Mech. Yeah, years past. I'm sure a lot of this has been cooked. I mean, it looks interesting, right? From it being this old and an old version of the game, it looks interesting. Obviously, it's going to be so much better than what we're shown here. Just wondering what the skills are. Looks interesting, huh, chat? And then he's just walking through. I don't think anything else is really shown here. Oh, here we go to boss fight. The Blind Beast. Okay, so he's using his skills. I mean, the stun's pretty crazy on that, I'm not gonna lie. I summon this volcano with his little storm. I mean, to be honest, his damage he's doing is nothing. For this being Act 4, imagine, like, comparing to stuff. His build's horrible, chat. Jonathan's build's horrible. I can see that, right? Okay, that's the damage. For real, about to be stampeding, bro. It's about to be the new meta for speedrunning. Stampede, bro, because you're going to be probably running through, like, packs and just keep stampede running, generating rage, stampede running. Oh, there we go. And I think that pretty much ends it here. He's showing a little bit more. What is he doing here? Hey, look, guys, it's claws. Imagine there was claws or something there. Or hover over your staff, man. I really want to see your staff, dude. Come on, hover over your staff. Just sits here and talks for like another 10 seconds. Plus $5 attributes is kind of cracked. And then that's it. And that's the video. And then that's it. Alright, well. Yeah, it's just a one-handed axe. Which is interesting, but this is obviously a different version of the game. I'm sure they had much more weapons in. Right? I mean, I doubt we're getting axes or those type of things. Until later. Because I'm sure if Druid's coming, he's going to have staffs or whatever his main weapon is, and then that'd be like the only additional weapons. I doubt they're going to do some more new weapons with new skills. Because I'm sure it's just one weapon correlating with this class, right? And then you're going to get that weapon skills. When can I equip pants? It depends. I think you need to be level 18 for that. What's just a belt? It's crazy. Yeah, I don't think. I don't know. You know? All right, so there's not too much else there. Thinking about the song too much is crazy. You guys have anything you want to link that you think we should be watching? Does anybody, like I said, know if the interview with Gazzy, because it starts in like 30, 40 minutes, is going to have anything functional? I mean, I guess we could take a look at it here in like 30 minutes and go from there, right? And just see if there's anything interesting on there. I mean, I guess we could go and look, see if there's anybody saying anything. Hold on, we'll get to my thing. Let's check Blash. You haven't seen nothing? Got you. Let's see, is any people saying anything here? Harbinger, for anything of true, so far almost every class has had an ascendancy referencing an enemy or enemy faction from the first game. Acolyte of Chiola, Simla Katava, Gimli Legionnaire, and Infernalist is a follower of not a Bidat. Not sure. Ritualist probably reference Ritual, duh. That's interesting. That's hilarious. Bro, I'm telling you, if I can use a bow, bro, while bear form, that's my build, bro. Lightning arrow bear, bro. And you know my character name's gonna be called? Bearbow Baggins. Literally the best right there. Bro, that should be our sub alert right there, bro. Yeah, roll into 0.3, like, imagine. That's hilarious. So relatable, just saying. Anything for Templar? No, nothing for Templar yet. I think of shamans to be a nature caster, so earth, wind, fire, etc. Should I like zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better like that? I don't know if that would be better for you guys or not on stream. Do a bear roll. I see that, man. I see you doing it. That's insane, Rock. That's insane. All right. So Earth, Wind, Fire, but who knows? You could do a different way with it. Do like a Witch Doctor, Poison Undead type Swamp Shaman. It would be interesting. I feel like Harbinger would be a caster archetype based on the tree from PoE 1 they might bring in. I mean, PoE 1 did have Harbinger. I don't know if you guys remember that off their little thing. This was it in PoE 1. This was their event that they had. It was a Harbinger Ascendancy. But again, I don't think this would be like here in this. Bro, why is there ads everywhere you go on any site, bro? You ever notice that, chat? Every site you go, there's ads. So, I mean, this was, you know, interesting, like, visiting Harbinger of Time skill, but, like, I don't think this would be anything similar to Druid, to be honest with you. I don't think they would bring in this sort of ascendancy for PoE 2. Just because this was, like, you know, a gag league, like, it was, like, a limited time event. Leading up to, you know, Path of Exile 1's new league. So I don't think this would be something they bring in mainstream to 0.2. Because I mean, these skills are kind of cracked. Like, summon an Immortal Harbinger minion. The minion has 2 buff spells that it casts to you: Arcane Surge, grant increase cast speed and mana regen. This buff that grants chance to shock and lightning pen. Like, I don't think they'll be doing this stuff. This might be a little too broken, you know. But it'd be interesting. Animal shapeshifting nature. Okay. Most common breakdown of archetypes. That'd be more. Yeah. Yeah. With Rot Druid. Interesting. I'm looking in the woods heavily, having heavy plant Druid themes. It could. Imagine baiting us a Druid placeholder just to release Duelist. Bro, if they have Duelist or Shadow, I don't think anyone's going to be mad, bro. Like, we need so many more melee archetypes in the game. Just having maces and slams is not enough. Did I miss this? Hold on, boys. I totally missed your thing, Mac. They should allow you to rotate center skill tree so you don't have to waste points to get where you want to go for build. I think that alone could fix build diversity a lot. Yes, definitely was late, missed it, but I'm assuming you're talking about literally rotating the whole skill tree around. So, like, what you're saying is literally like going in and just like flipping the skill tree so this would go up to here and they all would shift one. If that's what you're talking about, it would kind of be insane, to be honest. But I mean, it would make a lot more builds possible, but at the same time, it would almost kind of get rid of the whole point of starting a class, because the 2 things that are unique to a class are the starting points and obviously ascendancies. So you would take away the starting points and it would just be whatever ascendancy you want. But I don't know, that'd be a whole other host of like issues with build diversity and balancing and, you know, etc. So I don't think they would ever do that, to be honest. Listen, Miracle, I would never leave you on red for 20 hours. That's crazy, Miracle. Wait, what? Man? Huh? Alright, so with that being said, let me see. Race of levitate podcasting humanoids from another realm with a language of their own, with ascendancy probably refers to being a harbinger of something in general. That's what I was thinking. I doubt it's going to be Harbinger 101. Yeah, the big blue moms. I mean, a bunch of junk that we already kind of know, to be honest. What's this? They removed the correct placeholders? Yep, there's no one with A1, right? Yeah, nothing in here. Is this a remix right now? Nah, this is not a remix. Maybe it just doesn't like you, man. You ever think of that? Maybe it just does not like you. So, what I'm thinking of doing going forward, it's crazy. No, this is the same song, man. This is. Oh, maybe it is. Hold on. What are we doing? Somebody recommend this? Hold on. Yes, Miracle recommended this. There you go. I bet. Yeah. So what I was thinking of going for it, and you guys can let me know, is maybe trying to like go through Act 1 to 3 and just test stuff out of like, is X thing good for kind of going through a campaign, like skill wise, does it do the damage, how's it feel, etc. Now, obviously, I'm not the best with campaign, so I'm not really fast going through it, but I still think testing like maybe lightning arrow, etc. See how that kind of feels off the rip with rods. We could also test the crossbows, how that kind of feels, stuff like that maybe. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Would that be something you guys want to like watch on stream? This is okay. You can actually still find it. You just have to put in the exact URL, for example, Beastmaster. Yeah. Because the stuff is still here. You can just, yeah, you still have to put in the exact stuff. Interesting. So stuff is on here, just sort of removed from like the database, or not the database, but like the URL page. Interesting. The artwork uses almost certainly placeholders such as monk art for all 3 Druid Ascendancies. Yeah. Yeah, this is what we're seeing. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. What are you guys talking about in chat right now? Is it men? Which one do you want? Let me see, man. I got you, man. Okay. My DMs? Wait, where? On Discord? That's crazy tasteful. All right. There's not too much else we can look into, I don't think, here. I mean, everything else we kind of seen, right? Like all the info and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess we could just go do some mapping. Like I said, Gazzy, if I bring it up, Gazzy is apparently is having a co-founder Tavern Talk. GG co-founder Tavern Talk. So, I mean, this might be something we get information out of, depending. I mean, this starts, I think, in 20 minutes or so. So this might be something to watch. I don't know. Do you guys want to watch this or just go run some maps and stuff and skip over it? You guys are insane. That's insane, Miracle. That make me show stream, Miracle. Oh, you want Mod Miracle? We gotta watch it, and if nothing is interesting we talk about, we go over some maps. I bet costs. Nah, you're good, Miracle. Honestly, you look fine, dude. Honestly, I think you might just surround yourself with people that are weird, to be honest with you, dude. Stream seeing my face reveal? What? I've never seen anyone say stream my face, bro. But I don't want to leak my Discord side of stuff, to be honest, so. We can. This will start in about 15 minutes, so we can continue looking at some other stuff here. Because I believe, right, 2100 CE, CEST, I believe that is, yeah, it's 3 p.m. So it's literally in 15 minutes. Or 25 minutes, sorry. What is this? Oh, somebody found a sword. Okay. Corroded longsword corrupted, bro. Coming soon. That's crazy, dude. Bro, why they be teasing us with this stuff, chat? Like, why is there swords and daggers and all this, bro? But like, we just can't get it in game. Come on, man. That's crazy. Listen, you and Miracle, okay, Min and Miracle, you guys can private DM each other. All right. What is people saying about swords? Nothing. Well, I mean, I guess I go around a map or two. Low key while we're waiting. I mean, honestly, chat. That's insane. Chill, bro. Buy me dinner first, at least. All right, yeah, we'll go start some mapping stuff for the 20 minutes until you know who's there. Starting, I should say. Let me just throw this up real quick while I get the game up. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, hold on, chat. All right, there we go. We can do some mapping until 3 o'clock, and then we can go ahead and watch out a little bit. If it's nothing good, we can go from there. Yes. Bubba-da-bubba-da-boo. Oh my goodness, my multi-chat, I accidentally deleted it. No! We're good. All right. Let's get it. Doom, 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 doom. But yeah, would you guys like to see like League kind of like going through campaign style, or I think it might be fun to do something like that. Because if we try to see how stuff feels low-key, like lightning arrow and other junk, and just try to see if it's any good or not. And just try stuff. Aggregates, nice, nice. You like that? I bet. I think it'd be fun. A little something different than just running maps, since we're so close to league start. It'll probably be next stream, honestly. Probably won't be in this one. But yeah, next stream we'll probably start doing it like here. And then who knows? I mean, maybe we'll get a teaser today. I highly doubt we'll get any teaser today, though. Since it's so close to 0.3's like reveal. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow is the start of Gamescom, and we know that they're already having like a panel there for the boss rush event. So we might get some teaser tomorrow and then into a full reveal. But I doubt it would be anything today, to be honest. Spotify sucks. What happened? Did somebody's song not get played correctly? If you guys do exclamation point song, whoever requested their song, is this the right one? If not, I can fix it. For size to start in hardcore mode is crazy, bro. Chill, bro. We're trying to test league start stuff, okay? Not see if it's hardcore viable. Entirely two different things, man. I mean, we're gonna be in SSF, obviously, but just so we can test league start scenarios, but yeah. When is the new patch live? The new update / league comes out August 29th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The next two are alright. I don't know. Oh my goodness, bro. That is one thing they need to get like fixed. Is that dumb little like pop-up that glitches your thing. There's another ritual. Nice. What's nice about stream elements is if it gives you the wrong song, you can remove it, like the person requesting. Well, the interesting about stream elements is one, there's something about copyright too, that you gotta play around, or can have an issue, and then obviously it still has a chance of getting like the wrong song unless you specifically put in YouTube links to the song. And then also the other thing I was thinking of was like if you do request it, right, or just say, you know, we run out of requested songs, it's like, do I gotta manually go on YouTube and put like a playlist in or something instead of it just being on Spotify, right? Like, because Spotify is easy to find songs. YouTube, you know how YouTube is, like, that was my only one like thing, unless there's a way, I guess maybe that can have YouTube and Spotify up and I just play Spotify when there's no requested songs and then stop Spotify and once somebody requests a song. But then that'd just be a lot of like manual going back and forth though, you know, like, I don't know. I was sure it was something that was in the middle ground, like I could just use Spotify that would work, that I could just have this on, right? Like, I don't know, understand why this doesn't work. Or it's so inaccurate. Alright, we have one more ritual. You do the playlist through stream elements. I don't know if there's others that work with Spotify. This is just the one that I found. Well, the issue with like playlists, right, is just say like we're playing a song, because like we go through a lot of different genres. Like we listen to rock, we go into rap, we go into punk, right? So it's like, that's the only thing I don't know, because like if you have a playlist, obviously you'd have to have songs loaded into it. So it's like if I just wanted to stop and just play a different song completely, right? Like we're listening to rock and then it's alright, and there's nobody requested nothing, I'm gonna go straight to rap. Obviously it's like, how does that work with stream elements? Because if I have a certain playlist loaded in, it's obviously gonna play after that. And there's no way to have categories. I'm not too sure. Hey, yo, chill. Alright. What is it? 15 minutes, and then I think they start. And then we could take a look at that a little bit and see how that goes. SiahZ is moving on Molly. What? Who's Molly?
Yes.
Maybe, man. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I mean, if you find a link or something, send it to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? For like, if you find a way to like make it work or whatever you want to call it, or like a tutorial. We got some good maps here to hit. Okay, actually, I think we just all want Primal or Paranoia in here. I bet. The song after next is going to be wrong. I got you. So what song do you want me to actually play? Can you put the name in? I did not want to do these two. Why did I even do that, bro? Like, what was the point of doing that? I bet. Tasteful. Yep, got you, Tasteful. Oh, we're so close, boys, to 1,700 followers. We need 45 more followers, and we're only 35 subs away from our 100 sub goal, which is dope to hear. And then I think on YouTube side, yeah, we're only 800 subs away from 13K, which is insane as well. So thank you guys very much for all the subs and obviously all the support, all that good stuff. Wait, did I skip you, man? I'm so confused, but Tasteful said. But Tasteful said that it was wrong. What song did you want? I'll play yours next, man. Just give me your song, man. I'll play it next. Oh, song after next? Yeah, I didn't read that. I just said okay, that's me. No, you're good, Tasteful. No, you're good. You're good. It's honestly Mint's fault. So, I did some crazy stuff. I bet I'll play next. It's always my fault. It's crazy, bro. Calm down. It's supposed to be hype vibes, you know. That's it. I'm saying, bro. We need a vibe checking stream, Loki. Bum. I don't want to die. It's actually insane work, bro. Listen, man, there's always greener pastures, bro. Always more fish in the sea, my dude. That's actually insane to say. And about to get banned on Twitch. Hey, bro, you can be the sponge that cleans the oil, okay? You know, you just need to start thinking, bro. Where others see problems, you need to start seeing solutions, bro. That's all I'm saying, man.
This'll do nicely.
Exactly. Be an overdose, bro. Let's run up here. Well, that's actually insane. I didn't even know that. Wow. Okay, that's insane. Man, Min set me up. Ah, there we go. I've tried to fit Blink into this build. You'd be zooming. I mean, honestly, do we really even need Blink though? I feel like Blink would be kind of annoying though, wouldn't it though? Because we would have to like be dodging, but Blink doesn't really go that far, to be honest. So like, I don't actually know if it would be quicker or if it would slow us down because we don't have the like, you know, the, what do you call it, low enough, the cast time or cooldown, I mean, low enough to be able to spam it. So like, I actually don't know if it would be faster or not. It's a good question. Interesting, I'm shooting invisible arrows that are going through and doing no damage. Shooting blanks. It's an old thing from early internet website that one of those guys made a list of 7 minimalist ways to that. That's crazy. Bean eating was number 1 or what? Zoom on? Okay. Alright, Miracle. Just for that, you're not getting mod. I was gonna give it to you after this map, but nope, not anymore. Was a headbutt sidewalk? It was wild, bruh. It's an insane way to go out. Yeah, we're done with the map. Oh, actually, no need to kill the boss. That's insane, Miracle. No, don't say that, man, because that's gonna make me feel bad. Alright, well, he's good call.
I've been itching for a good hunt.
One more ritual? I mean, there's nothing really worth. No? I hit the ritual? Okay. He is phased, or should be phased. Yep. There's not even anything odd here to reroll. We can't reroll and there's nothing here, so no point in doing it. Low key, I'm not about to do for 1 gas orb. Insane. Does ball lightning get doubled by tornado shot? Nah, it doesn't. Sorry. Ball lightning does not get doubled by tornado shot. It's just only arrows and stuff. It'll get like projectiles like that. Spells don't really do that. Okay, let me, because apparently the stuff just completely stopped. What was the song you wanted, men? Since I skipped over it, I believe, right? Let me go back up. Where did you say? I see. I think that's it. Grinding or whatever. There you go. All right. All right. Let's do one more map. Sun Temple. I think that's the one that's horrid, right? It's like beams you the whole time. Let me get this out of here. We got a bunch of random junk in our inventory.
Let's hope Zesh now lies dormant.
Bum ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum ba bum. Alright. Bro, what song are you guys playing right now? Like, what is this, dude? Like, what is this? This is insane. This is... This is East Coast. This is insane. This just sounds insane.
Abomination. That was almost a challenge.
This makes it sound insane. Like, yeah, I don't think I've ever listened to this stuff. Second one is him and Hugo Mars. Okay. I got you. Is this Center League? This is Dawn of the Hunt, Alex. We're just kind of like chilling right now. We're going to be looking in Gazzy's interview with the co-founder of GGG at the Tavern Talk. We're going to see if that has any information. That should be starting in a few minutes. And yeah, we're going to go from there. But we're just playing some maps right now and Dawn of the Hunt, waiting for that. And then tomorrow we'll be back, probably doing some League Start prepping in terms of like leveling, you know, maybe trying to figure out what's good skill combos to go through campaign, if Stomping Ground gets nerfed heavily and stuff like that, right? With like Rake / Disengage. Hey, and an orb. Nice. So many enemies up here, bro. Holy. Let's think. Maybe down. We're gonna head left and we're gonna go down. That's a down. Alright, maybe left or up, either one. Trying to head up. But I'm just gonna hit this because the reach is pretty much done. It's satisfying watching your build. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Yeah, this build is our 140% move speed Huntress. And yeah, I mean, I've had a ton of fun with it since we made it. I've been running it a lot. It's very enjoyable. It like does the damage on bossing, clearing, like pretty good survivability. It's really satisfying to play. Gotta wait for them to explode so we don't just instantly die with like 15 overlap AoEs. Wrong song? I bet I'll play the right one. What's the name? Sorry. Hey, a div. Nice. Okay. I need to kill all the rares around here. One last rare, and then we're out of here. Where is he? Ah, he's at the start. Hey, Divine!
Not saying
Nice.
no to that.
Alright, we're out of here. Map's done. Okay. Let me look at chat. Let me get you guys to start now. He sees Walmer, it's just crazy. I bet. There you go. What are you putting in, man? What is you putting in for songs right now, bro? That's insane. Yeah, you're telling me. What is you doing, chat? Like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, bro? Alright, is trying to see if the interview thing's going on now. Yeah, looks like they're getting ready, so they're not doing it yet. They're not talking yet, so we'll run another map or two to the ready. To the ready, to the ready. Alright. Any weapon leak? Pierce, no, we have not gotten anything for weapon. I mean, if you go back and look at the 2023 Gamescom when they showed Druid, he was running like a staff, and it had like more of spells, like lightning spells. He had like a volcano spell, right? So I do think it's probably going to be that, like kind of int strength style, right? Where you can go like transformations and strength, or you could go int, kind of play like the spell side of things. Now, I would love for them to kind of maybe try to pivot off that and do like claws with a Druid, right? But that would be more deck side of things, so I don't know if that's going to be happening. But like I said, going based off of that old information, it would be staff or something like that. But again, we don't really know. So we are just kind of in the like waiting game stage right now.
I'll be here. Wait.
I mean, do that, but whatever.
Yes.
Imagine playing the clean version. It's crazy. D4 Druid uses stabs. I hope it's not like that. I mean, it could be. It's like I said, it just depends. Like, it's, I don't know. If they go based off of what they used to use, it would be stabs. But again, I mean, is it that? Is it going to be something different? We don't really know. I mean, there hasn't been any like gameplay or anything like that leak or any, you know, sort of stuff on the Druid. I mean, so. And the only gameplay we have is years and years old with a very, very outdated version of the game that had like nothing that the current version of the game has. So.
I thought leaving home would one day lead me to another realm.
What D4 is doing? I have an unnamed paladin and hardcore DR2 or D2R. Yeah. I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, based off the leaks of the Ascendancies, that's still the same. Like Harbinger, Wild Heart, you know, like that's looks totally different. So even if they had a staff, you know, with like spells and stuff, sort of similar to D4, I think the Ascendancies alone will make it way more different. Oh, you know what I wanted to do that I completely forgot to do? I wanted to change one of the skills out for considered casting. That's annoying. I don't think we can do it here, can we? We don't have consider casting. Or do we not have it there? I wanted to change, I think, conduction off of our ball lightning and throw on consider casting. Because I don't think we need conduction on, like, we already have so much. Yeah. Alright, let me put it in. This is clearly what you wanted right here, right? This is clearly what you wanted, right? Is this the right one, boys? There was like 15 songs literally with the exact same name and picture, so I think hopefully it's the right one. I bet. We're gonna lose our stacks, which is kind of annoying. Damage is gonna be lost because of the headhunter mods not being there anymore, but at least we can get what we needed here. See how this works.
Never thought leaving home would one day lead me to another realm.
There we go. I mean, the issue I think we're having is we're not instant shocking the boss is the only thing. Is like the only issue that we're having right there. But no, this is a better run, at least. More consistent. Setup last night? Oh, that's unfortunate, dude. Alright. Still just waiting. Still just waiting. I don't even know what we're playing right now. Like, what even is this? Oh, this is the end of it. Okay. Who else wanted something? Only got 4 out of 8 rerolls? Ah, that sucks. Somebody want this? Okay. Man's playing those old school stuff. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. So I don't know. What can we do here to like make this actually work? 40 more chance to critically hit. Have 8-second cooldown now, inevitable crit. I mean, that might not be bad throwing it on, low key. Wild Shard, 20% chance to fire 8 additional projectiles. Should we do deceleration? Maybe deceleration would be the wave. What the heck is Mana Flare? Fire damage. Nope, disgusting. Nine percent more 30% more damage while above 9% of your maximum mana. Maybe that is worth it too. Now we can try to do actually. Hold on. I got it. I might know what we're doing here, boys. Ambrosia. Ambrosia on it instead of considered casting. Might be the wave. Because when we use it, we're only going to use it really once, right? So like, it's going to take some mana and a charge, but like, that might do what we need it to do. We'll hit this. We'll see if it hits anything here. Nah, it doesn't go for nothing, right? Eh.
I'll be here, waiting.
So you two over here for now. There we go. Run this again. See if this fixes it. Yeah, ball. We have on ball. Sorry, I didn't see that. We have overcharged, blinding exposure, strip away, unleash, and then I have ambrosia on right now. My issue that I had with it is one, we were shocking pretty consistently before, but we weren't getting max stacks of our critical weakness, which was resulting in us not doing the damage we need to like one burst him, or at least get him down to you know, calling range off of barrage. So I tried to throw Unleash in there, and I think Unleash is getting us max crit stacks, but we're not doing shock anymore. So I'm hoping with Ambrosia that like bunch of extra lightning damage we're getting will allow us to throw on shock instantly as well as get all the crits, and then we can just go straight into our main stuff. Well, I don't want to do pinpoint because we're already using pinpoint up here for our main lightning rod skill. I could try Consummate, whatever it's called. Well, we need to crit so we can get critical weakness stacks, and then we need to shock the boss as well so we can do the damage that we need. Hold on, are they? Alright, they are about to start, so we'll finish this map up and then we'll go from there. Alright. We'll see how this feels. We'll go try this out and then we'll go from there. You know, I don't think tried is I wonder if throwing ambrosia on lightning rods would just be like crack. Does anybody know if you barrage with lightning rods and you have ambrosia support on, Does that barrage that you're shooting, you know, just say 4 attacks with 3 attacks, get fully infused? Or is it only the first attack and the repeated ones don't get any sort of damage increase with the barrage? Because if they all got the damage increase, I mean, that would be insane, because it only consumes, I believe, 1 consumption, like 1 attack. It doesn't consume the repeated. So that would be a lot of insane lightning damage, like extra, for only 2 uses of your mana flask. Yeah to what? Man just said yes to my question that I asked 2 different variations. Like, okay, so your whole attack gets infused even if it repeats like a bunch of additional times. Okay, I might have to try that then. Alright, we'll try this out though first and we'll go from there. Alright, rip. I had to dodge. It worked though. We hit the what we needed to like instantly, so that we know that works. I just got to the only one thing I hate, dude, about tornado and having multiple arrows is like you cannot set it up the way you want to set it up. Like if I want to have the 2 tornadoes like in front of me and I shoot this, like they're so off balance, dude. It's so annoying having 4 tornadoes come down like that. I hate it, bro. Because you can't ever get both of them in one like attack to line up to get the multiple damage multiplication. Okay, well, I think the interview started. So let me just go ahead and flick it over, I think, at least. So we can go ahead and take a look at the interview, I guess, and then to see if there's anything worth there. What are we listening to right now? What is this? Alright, or maybe they're not started yet. I guess they're not. Okay, well, guess we're gonna go back to the game. Oh wait, hold on. I think they're back now. Oh, they're here. Okay. All right, music over for a little bit.
You're the best. Thank you so much for the help.
Round of applause for the tech
All
right.
Yes, definitely. She's the resident.
Let me know if this is too loud, by the way.
I've been a PC snob my whole life.
Turn this down.
Consequently, I can't navigate my way around a Mac at all. Okay, hold on. She's checking earbuds to make sure they work.
Very uncomfortable. So
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No,
guys.
you're doing amazing.
Micromanager, but I do work in production, so there we go. We need to do that. Okay, and then
Harry.
that. I think you're better.
I think it worked.
That's playing old school RuneScape. It's crazy.
And I think it's supposed to be sound.
So
right?
I think this is
Like,
former co-founder or something. Founder,
All right,
Brian.
if you see
I don't
small
know.
children wander by in the background, you'll know why.
We'll see what it is.
Okay.
We'll watch it for a few minutes. We'll see if nothing happens within like the first 10, 15 minutes or something. Then we'll go from there. Druid confirmed. Daniel, real quick. So what happened basically was yesterday. This was leaked, right? The Druid like Ascendancy classes. Also on the PoE 2DB, there was, I don't think I have it pulled up, but there was like audio files that said like Druid X like at A1, A2, A3, A4, which was correlating to the axe, obviously. And all that yesterday. They did a patch yesterday, or like kind of late last night, I should say, in the AMs, and that removed all of it basically. Like they took all of that off, right? So it's weird that they would go ahead and do a patch and all that and take all that off. So I think it's pretty heavily like incentivized, and especially with everything kind of going on with them taking it off, right? All that good stuff, taking all these like kind of stuff off of the files and stuff like that, pretty much means we're getting Druid and 0.3. So I'd be very surprised if we don't get Druid in that sense. Let me get rid of that because we're gonna be watching him.
I suppose, because a lot of people come here. Like, I'll give you a great example. We were in Kauai the other day.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and we were staying in the North Shore of
So let's
Kauai,
say-
which is basically the really beautiful
Bro, nobody
pristine part of
cares.
the island. And the south part of the island, which is near the airport, is where all the
I don't care
resorts
about
are.
where you were staying, bro.
So we were staying in the North Shore.
So like I said, we'll give this like
traveling
10
all
minutes or
around,
so,
seeing
maybe
the
15
beauty
minutes.
out
If
there.
we
If you
don't
ever
see
go to
anything
any
cool, we'll
part
just
of
click
the
off.
Hawaiian Islands, and I imagine you both have probably been there at some point in time, go to the North Shore of Kauai and move away from where there's a big kind of high-end place, which is where all the wealthy tourists go, and then there's kind of the native area, which is a town nearby, and you keep going past that out to the coast. It's really the most beautiful place I've ever been in the world. But if you go to the south part of the island, I had this one friend of the family recommended. I mean, I hate these earbuds, to be honest. It's like my voice sounds all funky. I may take them off. The fact that I can't hear my own voice is really weird.
Oh, I love that.
Anyway, we went to we were recommended to go down to the south part of the island, so we drove all the way down there, and it was awful. It was just like giant resorts like this.
They're so cute. It goes
And,
insane.
you know,
Please watch the vid I sent you on
like
Discord
the
for real. I'm in love,
McDonald's
like fully in
version
love
of
when
the
you get a
Hawaii
chance. Okay.
coastline. Just shallow water, millions of people screaming and running. You know, nothing, everything dead, like all the reefs and wildlife dead. And that's unfortunately kind of the experience that a lot of people get when they go to Hawaii. I wonder if the problem with not using earphones is that I have to go through the computer speakers. Can I try it real quick?
Yeah, whatever you
Just
want,
for
man.
kicks.
Yeah, I'll try
All
it.
right, cool. Let me.
Boys, this is looking.
It's just strange talking, like without the ability to hear you.
Oh, now we can't hear you because I think the speakers are the microphone's connected to the earbuds, I think.
This is
Hold on a second. I'm gonna fumble around.
this is interesting. I don't understand what's going on here. Might be chalked, boys. This might not, you know what I'm saying, be like GG for interview stuff. Might be GG's, man.
I would never be able to work my way around a Macintosh.
If I hear you, let's see here. Function F12.
Oh. Test 1, 2. Microphone.
There you go. There's the volume.
Oh, you
All
sound
right.
good
Can you guys
now.
hear me?
You literally
Yeah,
sound
we
better.
You way better. Yeah.
Yeah, totally better. And honestly, I can hear my own voice. It's just weird. These things noise cancel, so they're designed for listening to music really well on an airplane or something.
Yeah.
But in a conversation, there's this whole layer of my own speech that I just don't get.
No, I get it.
One of the things about my brain is I listen to my own words when I say them, and I'm along for
It's
the
great
ride,
miracle.
right, with the people who I'm talking to. And so if I can't hear that part of it, I don't get any of the payoff. Because often I'm like, wow, that sounds fucking awesome. That's cool that I just said that. And a little hard to explain, but it's sort of just the way that my brain creates language. And if I can't hear myself, if I'm deadened to my own sound, I lose all of that. And it is a discordant thing and makes me sound retarded, to be honest. So,
Well, you're sounding good now, bro.
hi, guys.
Hi.
Thank you. It's very nice
Yeah.
to see you both. I suspect this conversation is long overdue. I don't know. I talked about this a little bit in the interview that I did with Gavin, but for some particular reason, and I think, well, there were a lot of reasons for this. Part of the reason, honestly, is that I was just degraded in my life and willing
All right,
to
sorry about that,
accept
guys.
things that were very unbecoming of me
Cancel,
and my
call it. That's
capabilities,
insane.
including the woman that I was with when I was last hanging out with you, Gazi, Stephanie Saley. part of that period of
God,
time in my
his
life,
own
which
voice is
extended
insane.
over a decade, was that when PoE took off and I was increasingly not included in the conversation when it came to discussing the game, both its history and ongoing production and philosophy and so on, that it became kind of something that Chris and Jonathan did on their own through trips out to the West Coast and stuff. I was kind of just okay with it. You know, I didn't really push too hard on it. I didn't put my foot down and say, no, I really should be front and center in this. There were arguments for and against, and some of the arguments against had to do with the fact that I was living in Seattle at the time, and I wasn't in the office every day connected to all of the conversations and stuff. So increasingly just kind of out of the loop. And when you're out of the loop and people ask you questions that are really consequential because they sort of represent the company line, if it's not on point and accurate, you can sow confusion. You know, as you know, if a dev says one thing and it's interpreted the wrong way, it causes a community clamor. So this kind of started happening, and I think that was part of the reason. And then once it started happening, probably around 2014 or 15.
Wait, what? What happened?
I just receded into the background, and then the game just went off like a rocket.
Sorry, that's insane.
And I think for me, I talked about this again in my interview with Gavin, but in 2019, when I went to ExileCon, where Gazi definitely was, were you there, Darth?
Your stream, Uber? Do you stream today? Sorry, man.
I'm kind of
just
transplant into the PoE community. I kind of joined 2023-ish.
Completely got out of there.
I recall seeing your stuff actually before you started doing anything with PoE. Just random YouTube recommendations. I was always really, really impressed with your insight.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I've gotten involved with the PoE community.
Your day's off Monday? Got you.
Gain for everyone. So thank you for all you've done to support the game. Of course, Gazi's old and established in that regard. And we hung out in 2019, right? I think I remember. Yeah, quite a lot actually.
All right, I'm just gonna say this once. There's nothing being talked right now about Path of Exile. This is just, we've met here, we've met there, XX. I don't really care because I've been everywhere. Imagine, I don't understand what's being talked about. Like, I'm hoping there's some stuff, but yeah, I don't know. So far, there's nothing.
And every staff member had a name on their back, and my shirt said Adam on it because Adam was one of the 4 sysadmins who had worked 24/7 for a month straight to get the game ready for ExileCon. And as soon as everything was in place and all the testing was working, he just abandoned ship and went back to Australia. He abandoned his post. He was also, I think, the Minotaur. He was one of the 4 guardians. So I wore Adam's shirt and walked around ExileCon, and people were like, "Oh, hi, Adam." And I'd go, no, I'm Brian, actually, and I am one of the co-founders of the company that makes the game you're playing. And people looked at me like, what? You know what I mean? You don't really know what they're thinking if they think I'm just some crazy person. But I started feeling really uncomfortable about it in 2019. You know, when we had the 3 co-founders sitting on the stage being interviewed and talking about the history of the game and talking to the Schaefers. And I'm sitting in the audience watching and just going like, this is, I don't know, how am I supposed to feel about this? And increasingly, it's just felt that, particularly with the game project that I'm working on now and developing, that filling in that part of the game's history became increasingly important. And honestly, I'm just an objectivist. I care about the best thing that I discern as objective truth. And this is an objective truth, an important fact about why PoE exists, how it came to be, and so on. I have no idea, though, what you guys want to talk about. I imagine you have some...
Okay, hold on. We might be getting into some good stuff.
I talked to Chris yesterday, Gazi. Sorry, just one thing. And I'm like, okay, is there anything I should know going into Darth, the Tavern Talk podcast? And Chris is like, be careful. Gazi can be a dick. But he's... not exactly. And he said, he said you were the sweetest person in the world, Darth, so not to be afraid of you. Oh. But that you never... No, it's not derogatory. I promise. It's like, I think it's the that's idea crazy. That you just sort of, you can ask tough questions sometimes. I think that's sort of what he meant by that.
What their meetings like is crazy, dude. It's crazy rock. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Tasteful. He is saying a whole bunch of nothing right now. Nothing has really been talked about at all.
We talked about the videos he started posting on YouTube, and before that, I sent him a picture of the originator. I'll send you a screenshot of it. This is what I sent him. With the pictures, I'm already posted when he.
I just don't know what's going on. So, like, quick question. Maybe you guys in chat.
Remember very well.
Is this guy a founder or a former founder of the company? Because the way it's talking sounds like he was a founder that wasn't in the loop and kind of got pushed out and wasn't in the interviews and just wasn't able to have like the connection to the studio. So he simply just left or was pushed out. Is that what happened? Or is he still like a founder of the game? I'm confused.
He's always spoken highly of you. We kind of debriefed after ExileCon 1.
So he's still a co-founder. Tasteful. He's still there.
I went out and hung out with you. That we went out to dinner and talked about gaming and stuff. And he honestly had nothing but positive things to say. So
why is there further?
I think he just says that you're like
it's crazy.
Sometimes that you just can ask real questions. I see you scoffing. I have no idea. So whatever happens.
Okay, he's still part of the company.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it kind of depends. I know, like the last couple of shows we had with Chris Wilson on podcasts weren't always from the best lights to begin with. We had a couple of rough launches, 315, 319, and they were heated in as civil way as possible. But that is many years ago now. But no, I mean for this one, I was thinking that we were just going to do like an introduction so people get to know kind of who you are. We already touched a little bit about that. And the way we've done the Tavern Talk in the past, for the interview specific for a specific game, like when we have Mark or Jonathan in and we're talking about specific games, then it's more catered with actual questions. But any shows that we've done outside of that has been more in line with us being in a position where we just call up a friend, have a conversation, and we have like some ideas of kind of what we're going to want to talk about. So for us, we were thinking about talking about the current state of ARPGs and how they are in the current state. And we have games being launched, coming around the corner, Diablo 4, Last Epoch, Diablo PoE 2, for example, and a couple of your insights on those things, if any. And then we wanted to wrap the thing up in the end where we're talking about your game development project that you're currently working on. So, I mean, we've lost track of which episode we're on. We're probably on episode 6005 or something. I have no idea. And it's not really that important. But this is Tavern Talk podcast. Darth Micro and me were co-hosting this. And today we're joined by Brian Weissman. So welcome in. So that's our official intro, essentially.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we touched a little bit about some of the origin stuff. So I know with the interview you had with Gavin was specifically about the origins of your situation coming into.
Hey, look, guys, it's an ad.
Or rather, GGG
for lung cancer
to begin with. But could you perhaps give like a little short description of who you are? Because some of the viewers might already know you from the Magic the Gathering.
Maybe we'll sit here and watch this for a little bit more. But to be honest,
how you got into being part of the foundation.
This just sounds like nothing we're gonna get out of this conversation. To be honest, like if they want to talk about the state of ARPGs, we're gonna get nothing out of like PoE. Maybe we'll get some tad bits of information, but I think this is gonna last like 2 hours or something, or hour and a half, 2 hours. So it's like I don't know if we want to be watching this for that long. Because it doesn't sound like we're really going to get too much information out of it. It just sounds like they're going to talk about them, about other ARPGs, and maybe you'll get some stuff on PoE. So, I don't know.
And as far as gaming is concerned, I am, particularly digital gaming, I'm as old school gets. I started playing computer games on a machine called K-Pro 2 at my house in Palo Alto in probably 1981 or 1982, when I was about 6 or 7 years old. And I played everything from tiny little ASCII graphics games, text-based adventure games, through the sort of emergence of consoles, the Atari, the original Nintendo, which I bought when I was 11 or 12 years old with paper route money, tons and tons of computer games all the way through the 1980s. I was attracted mostly to games in the RPG genre. I played the Ultima series. I played the Magic Candle series. I played the text-based adventure games, the Zork series, and all the games made by Infocom. I even, at one point, tried to program my own version of Adventure, which was kind of
a wide net, very
dungeon exploration text-based game, and worked on it for about 6 months, writing in this language that my dad taught me.
We'll watch for a few more. We'll watch for like 5-10 more minutes. We'll see what happens.
I realized it's kind of funny that at the time, I had a lot of ideas, but actually transcribing good ideas into code was extremely cumbersome and slow and took forever. And I eventually got
that's what it sounds like.
bored and
Tasteful,
lost
Loki.
interest. So I've always been, every game that I've ever played, honestly, I have always tried to examine it objectively, take it apart, and in some cases improve upon it.
Doesn't
For
really
example,
seem
my
like a whole
brother
lot
and
of
I
anything,
played
but
a
we'll
lot
watch
of
it for a little bit,
Battleship and
Sudams.
Stratego, the board games when we were kids. And after playing Battleship a bunch, we said, you know, this game could use some improvements. Like it could use some extra mechanics. So we eventually gave each ship, we designed mechanics for each ship. So they all had a kind of on-theme thing that they could do. And it made the game way, way better. It also made it a lot faster, too. When we played Stratego, we invented a bunch of novel pieces and put little pieces of paper and taped them to one side. So you had these interesting pieces that were unique. And I think every time I've ever played a game, I've always sort of assessed it as both a player and as a designer. And I played games all the way through the 80s and into the 90s. And in, I think, 1996, I played Diablo 1 for the first time. And the game was a quantum leap forward in the whole idea of an RPG, because up to that point, really, all the RPGs that I had played, Might and Magic series at that point as well was a really big one. Wizardry I played with my friend in the 1980s on his little Apple IIe or whatever. This game was fast-paced. It actually, you were playing with a Twitch component, which was essentially unique to PC games that I had played, but I had played tons of arcade games too, so I had the action part of that down quite well. And I thought Diablo was a good game, but fundamentally, it was corrupted by the fact that you could
Okay,
download
Miracle, you're actually going
third-party
crazy
apps
right
for
now.
it, and you could modify your character. There was a famous... Did either of you guys ever play that game?
Diablo 1?
What is Gazzy's chat
Diablo
looking
1.
like? I can
played
go
it
to
on
it. We can look.
PlayStation Co-op with my sister back in the day when I was a kid.
I didn't
How
play it
old
at
were you
the
at- how old
time,
were you?
but I went back and played it after playing the other Diablos.
And I
Felt
imagine
it was
you
just sort of
probably
too simple and
appreciated its
primitive, I
design,
imagine.
but you probably felt it just sort
Yeah,
of too
for
simple
some
and
time.
I
primitive.
mean, to
I
be
imagine.
honest, a whole lot of
I actually
nothing.
liked it the
Did you
best
really?
of all
Yeah,
the
for some
Diablos.
time.
Lol.
For me, I liked it the
Did you really?
Yeah, no, for me, I liked it the
Man.
best because it felt like a consumable game, and there was something about the simplicity I liked. But like, it kind of goes back to like what I like about games. Is like a whole other topic. But like, there's a simplicity around it and the completion aspect, which you didn't really get baited into like needing to do this endless thing. It was just like, here's the game, complete the game, you're done. I kind of like.
I calm down,
the
Miracle.
nature of it, but yeah.
That does make sense, actually. Yeah, and it certainly is. You know, as an entire experience, it's kind of like a one and done. At least that's sort of what it felt like for me. And then, of course, often when people play the game and win it, they just start screwing around with mods and they get Godly Plate of the Whale and all the crazy magic items.
Yeah.
So I played Diablo 1, but I kind of moved on from it pretty quickly. And when D2 was announced, those games were made pretty close together, actually. I think only about 3 years. When Diablo 2 was announced, I remember just seeing screenshots of it and stuff. And like so many people, waiting with bated breath for the game to come out. And when the game launched, my recollection is it was early 2000, I think. I logged in and I had read somewhere that the most broken class in the game, Ghazi, was a necromancer. But not because of minions.
No.
Do either of you recall why the Necro was so busted when D2 came out?
HP scaling player levels with corpse explosion.
You got it, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm a min-maxer. Every game I play, I really try to take it apart and make the most degenerate thing. And so I think that of all the digital gaming I've ever done in my life, nothing has ever been more fun than those first maybe 3 weeks of Necromancer in Diablo 2. I about maybe 2 or 3 weeks after the game came out, I actually found myself in Taiwan for the first time. And I was supposed to spend a bunch of time wandering around Taiwan and exploring and stuff, but all I wanted to do was wait for the day's activity to be done so I could walk 1.5 miles in the boiling tropical heat to the internet cafe to log into my Necromancer, to walk around, and just the moment you spawn in what is the Act 4, the fortress or whatever, the place where you spawn at the beginning of Act 4. I can't believe I'm forgetting it now.
I'm forgetting the name of the town.
But
Also,
anyway,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
tiny little town, yeah, exactly. Anyway, you spawn there, and walking down the little steps into the plains, and casting the first bone spears. As soon as the first enemy drops, they're like, here we go.
Yeah.
And then just like this giddy euphoria of blowing things up and finding items that felt tangible. That was the thing I think ultimately that was so captivating
Miracle.
about Diablo 2. And it was actually one of the key things that we tried to preserve when we started thinking about the design for what would ultimately become PoE. Chris and I would go on long walks together. We met in 2001.
All right. So if there's nothing about PoE like 0.3, then maybe we'll just kind of take a back seat, take a quick. Okay. Just yep. Quick little boom boom. Yeah. I mean, if it's just about history, nothing about 0.3, you know, we'll hit a little, you know. Yeah. I'm not about to sit there and like, I don't like history is cool. Obviously, don't get me wrong. I'm not like gonna be a dick and be like, oh, who cares about that, right? Because there's people that do. But for me, like, I'm here about the future and not with the past. You know what I'm saying? So, save chat. Yeah, you basically did taste one. Not gonna lie. Okay, let me flip this back here. Take that out. Go here. Go boom. Go pow. Go boom boom pow. Go bang bang pow. Boom boom pow. You know? Wow wow wow. About a name written on this t-shirt. Okay. Miracle, are you okay, Miracle? Are you okay, Miracle? Yeah, she's cute, man. She's cute, man. I mean, is that the girl, though, that left you on red for 6 weeks or something?
I'll be here, waiting.
No. It says she's some other girl? You don't know this girl? So why do you have a video saved on your phone of this girl if you don't know her? Wait, what? Like, you don't save memes? Okay, memes are different than saving a, like, video of a girl that you kind of like. That's different. Memes are totally different, though. Is that a meme, though? Like, if this was a meme saved on your phone, that's different. But you're saying that you like this girl. So that's different, though. You're not saving it because it's a meme, though. I think you might be a little obsessed, man. Once the week of being on red, it's back to the right. You recall 6 weeks left on red situation is crazy. Well, it was like, it was a week or two, right? Right? It wasn't 6 weeks. Okay. Alright, do we have any good rings? Probably not. I mean, bro, honestly, this ring could be cracked, to be honest with you guys. Should we, like, try to fracture this right now? Because, I mean, this has strength, dex, fizz damage on it with lightning res. I think this is worth a fracture now. Is that T1? It's T2 fizz, T1, T1. It's T2, T3, T3, I think. Is it T1? I honestly can't even tell, bro. My eyes are horrible. That's T2, double T1, T3. I think we fracture that. It was 2 weeks, but never mind. No, you're good, Miracle. That's insane, Miracle. Hey, we fractured the fizz damage. I'm not gonna lie, it's decent. Oh, I think from here we just roll the accuracy off, right? Because the accuracy would be T3. That should be allowed to be rolled off, you would think. see something here. If we were to roll this off, this would roll the accuracy. I think we do that, low-key. We rolled accuracy for accuracy. I hate this game, bro. Okay, fizz cold damage to attacks. Oh, max life. That sucks. Man, I think we made a pretty banger ring there, don't you guys think? That's fizz cold, rarity, strength, dex, lightning res. Man, I think that's a pretty good ring, to be honest. What does that go for? There's none on the market. Okay. What if we drop the cold? Dang. Okay. What about rarity dropping? Dang. I mean, what do you guys think this is? Like 200? I mean, this day and age, to be honest, nothing selling. I'm just gonna go crazy with 200. Because I do not care. I do not care.
Speed.
I love you, Miracle. Don't leave, man. Don't leave. You have so much to live for. Alright. Two those two roll. Nothing. Alright. Okay, so let me see something real quick. So, I mean, yeah, so what do you say, man? Can you run with me? Honestly, I would be down to, but I don't really have that much time, to be honest, so I have to end stream because I have some stuff I have to do in a bit. So shorter stream today, which kind of sucked, but I'm gonna try to get back and look potentially at some leveling stuff. So tomorrow we can try to like maybe level through campaign and see what maybe some skills feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like lightning arrow, maybe rods. We could try stormcaller, maybe just kind of play with stuff and see what works, what feels good. So this way, if something gets nerfed, we can kind of have a backup league start with like, you know, in terms of stuff already preset instead of waiting. But yeah, like I said, we'll be back again tomorrow, like 12, probably 12 or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be live again. So again, thank you guys very much for the follows, the subs and all that. Helps me out a ton when you guys do those things, especially like, you know, subs, I mean, memberships, all that good stuff. So thank you guys again very much, and for vibing out. If anything does come from that interview, I'll let you guys know and stuff like that. But I doubt anything is going to be there. I mean, you know, the boy Tasteful went ahead and did that recon, so it doesn't really seem like they're going to be talking about anything, just like history about GGG. So I don't think anything's going to come up, but something does, I'll let you guys know. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one. You're stupid, man. I'll see you later, dude.